What up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ain't on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he started talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequence. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yana Van Zam's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. If you up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Oh. What's up, y'all? I'm over here eating. Listening to myself sing Jesus Christ, Superstar. Listen, don't judge me. I was hungry. What's up, y'all? What is up? We are here. What up? What up? What up? What is going on? What's going on? Oh, y'all caught me with food in my mouth. Be glad that's all you caught me with in my mouth. Hey, Diva One. Hey, Miss Sharon. Thank you for watching my Miss Cleo recap, Miss Sharon. Hey, Diva One. Let me bring the gang up here. Listen, we are back. Y'all know we do these Ruthless reviews. We are back. We 4 episodes in, so we got a lot of catching up to do. And we got to see what's been going on with our people since we ain't seen them in damn near a year. You know, Tyler Perry be playing with us. It take him damn near a whole year before he come back. So we back. Let me bring my people up, because y'all know me. Here go my girl from the all of us from the 305. Miss Tika Deshawn. Hey, Tika.
That's good, El Chetty. Thank you so much for allowing your girl back onto your platform. I absolutely appreciate it. It's been a minute. Hey, everybody, we here.
I'm just glad that a big time up. Whoa there, big time, a big time. I got money to the ceiling. I'm just glad a big timer can make room for little old us over here. I just be glad to have you over here, girl.
Listen, the girl thought she was going to have to go work at Magic City, all the stuff I've been doing, okay? That's cheap.
But we are so happy for you and all of your success that you have been having. You know, that's how we do for the 305. Speaking of fellow 305 people, let me bring my boy up. See what he been doing. Jeff.
Go, Jeff.
What's up? Good to see everybody. Um, Nothing much. Just ready to get into it, and make sure to like and subscribe to all the channels, like usual. And that's it.
Hey, Monk Chip. Hey, Boo. So yeah, we are here, y'all. We got how long it's been, y'all? How long have we been anticipating and waiting the new season? It's been about a year, haven't it?
Half a year.
Yeah.
I've been counting for real.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of complaints I've been getting, especially from like newbies, like people that's like binge watching. They're like, "Oh, we still on season 3. We still on season 3. Why it's not a new season?" I'm like, "You still getting new episodes? Like it really doesn't matter."
And they've already been approved for season 4. Like season 4 has already been greenlit.
Yeah.
So we got a lot more storyline to go with this show. So it ain't nowhere near over. Even though we lost a few people, some of them I was glad that we lost. We'll talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Because I wasn't mad. I was not mad. Anyway, so let's dive right in. People one says, "Oh, the 4th episode. Yeah, the 4th episode came out on Tuesday. I think they come out on Tuesdays.
Thursday.
Is it Thursday?
Yes.
Okay, so it's Thursday. So I know.
Season 3 comes out on Thursday.
Thursdays. Okay.
If they're trying to watch the thing about it, season 2 is on BET. The old episodes.
The old episodes, right?
BET. So that's confusing a lot of people too.
Well, yeah, I know because I watched it on Thursday. So you're right, it is Thursday. So yeah, episode 15 came out Thursday because we know 12, 13, 14 came out on the 6th, which was a Tuesday. That's why I'm confused because that came out on a Tuesday, which was the 6th. But episodes 15 came out this past Thursday, and it should be out on Thursdays moving forward. So all right, let's dive right in. So we start off. This is episode 12, season 3, episode 12, which was called Troubling Revelations. Okay. So we start off where we left off. The highest told Oliver to blow Lacey's back out. And while he was over there getting the good from Lacey, he took the sword and stabbed right through Oliver, killing Oliver and stabbing Lacey in the stomach or in her side or whatever. And so while that's going on, Daikon comes in the punishment trailer. So Lacey laying there, screaming, crying, writhing in pain, and want Oliver big behind to get off her. So the highest tells Daikon, said, "Listen, I'm saving her. She may die, but I'm saving her for Elder Mother. That's my gift to Elder Mother." And so he says, "Go get me some 100 proof rubbing alcohol and some salt to go pour in this good wound." And so now she's all compliant. Yes, the highest. She's doing everything she can. Everything, yes, your highest. The highest, this, yes, Daikon, yes. She's all compliant now. And then Oliver, while he's still inside of her dead, the highest goes, "Well, corpses swell when they corpses swell. So maybe you'll get a little pleasure with them being inside of you." And that was that scene. Y'all go from there because it was a lot. It was a lot going on.
Yeah, that coming back into that episode, everybody thought that Lacey would not make it, but she did, and unfortunately, she's made it to be tortured. The highest is hell when he said that they swell, dead people swell in. I'm like, really, like,
yeah,
really?
That's what we're doing.
Like, really? Come on now. So, but I like. I'm gonna just say this. I like the comedic side of Max Daniel in this. He's being allowed to not just be evil as hell, but funny with a sick sense of humor at the same time.
It is some sick, twisted humor, which I'm here for.
Yeah.
Here for all kinds.
It's ruthless. It's ruthless.
Jeff?
Oh, I mean, on that scene, I think I got more to say the following episode because I think a lot of people were wanting wanting her to get up, and I'm like, guys, she was wounded. You know what I mean? She's been tied up for I don't know, days or weeks, so she probably didn't have the energy. But I'll get into that the next episode.
Okay, so what I will say is this. I was one of those people who wanted her to die. I was like, please kill Lacey, y'all, please. Oliver didn't necessarily have to die for me. Oliver was a casualty that did not have to happen. I'm gonna pour one out for my drink for my boy Oliver, because I ain't had no problem with Oliver. Hold on, this for Oliver. I ain't had no problem with Oliver.
Toast to Oliver. All
Right.
right.
Now Lacey, on the other hand, got on my nerves and still gets on my nerves. Not the actors, but the character.
It's that whining.
Right.
Like, I like Lacey, but that whining.
It's just so annoying. Like, girl.
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy for me to say because I ain't been stabbed. I ain't have a dead person laying on top of me for hours. I ain't got these people viciously torturing me. But still, like, oh.
She was whining before she got stabbed. So
She was. So outside the punishment trailer, Daikon finally tells the highest, listen, we can't find Andrew. We don't know where this Negro at. We don't know what's going on. Daikon tells the highest, we need you to go to your trailer. We'll bring you some food, calm you down. But we're kind of concerned for your safety. So they trying to protect him from Andrew. And then the highest says to Daikon, well, I believe I converted him. You know, I did because, you know, he tells him, because, you know, I did fuck him, you know. So basically, I did fuck him. So I might have converted him, but I don't think he would have let me do that had he still been FBI. And so Daikon was like, bro, go to the trailer. Go to the damn trailer. But I do. We saw this at the end of last season, where they're much more open about what is really going on. Because the first 2 seasons and the first good part of season 3, you knew what was going on, but they never spoke it. But we started seeing in this season that they coming right on out. Yeah, we fucking. Yeah, that's my boo. That's my man. Bitch, this is happening. So I do see that. I don't know, because I think we've seen Daikon mention this sex, but I think this is the first time we're literally hearing the highest said. I don't know, I could be wrong. What do y'all think?
True. This is the first time the highest actually spoke it. We knew, like you say, we knew what getting cleansed actually was before he really, from the highest himself, said I cleansed or I basically put it down on Andrew. Really,
yeah, he's like, you know what happens when I cleanse, and
right.
I was like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're being more open about that part. I mean, they might as well. They're showing it.
Right. What you hide from? Jeff, is he mute? Are you mute? Oh, I
no. You went out. Your connection went out a little bit, but no. I mean, I feel as they're just as open as they were in the beginning because he's still using the term cleanse, so it's not like he's notifications. He's still using the word cleanse. I mean, you know what it means. So,
Andrew goes to the trailer with Lynn and Brian and frees them from their shackles. Lynn is still out of her mind. Lynn is still going crazy. I don't know if it's a combination of her irritating attitude with the drugs circulating through her system. I don't know. But just as annoying as Lacey is, Lynn's character is really, like, at this point, on my last good nerve. This man that had 2 fingers cut off. This man have been tortured. You ain't basically had to do nothing but slob a good knob, and you over here losing your mind. I mean, let's compare the two. But Andrew tells them that he's going to try and get them some guns. He tells them that Malcolm told the highest about the FBI situation. So, sure. But the highest knows everything about the FBI situation. Brian tells him to go get Malcolm. Brian said, listen, we need Malcolm. We ain't got a whole lot of help. Andrew looking like, what the fuck we need him for? He ain't with us. Brian was like, We need his help. We need all the help we can get. Andrew leaves them in the trailer with no gun, no nothing. And then we see they start arguing. Brian and Lynn start arguing because Lynn said he ain't got no balls. He said, "Well, I'm gonna leave you there." But this whole scene in the when we play it back, I was kind of mad that he didn't give them nothing. These supposed to be the people you trust, and you didn't give them anything to protect themselves. I'm just saying.
He gave their ass some boots. They supposed to be street fighters, some warriors. He only had 1 or 2 weapons on him. He had to have one for himself.
But no, Tika, he shouldn't have left them. I mean, if the plan was to get in that Teddy, you listening?
I had to go get up my pen. I dropped my pen. God.
Oh, I thought you was laughing. If the plan was to get in there to free them and to rally up troops together, it made no sense to go out on your own. And eventually I'll talk about what happened to him later, but it made no sense to leave them behind. You know what I mean? There's power in groups. You know what I mean? And to answer your earlier question about how she's been acting, I think drugs had a lot to do with it, because I used to have a coworker.
Without the drugs, that bitch is annoying.
Let me talk. I had a coworker who did drugs in the past, and while sober, they were real janky, weird, like wonky acting. You know what I mean? In the slightest thing would set them off. You know what I mean? And that's hurting me. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
She was over. I think, like, I understand what you're saying, Jeff. She was overly anxious. She was like, "Let's go do this. Let's this."
Mm-hmm.
All over the place. She was in her feelings, in her emotions. She hating on Brian, mad at Brian, but you brought yourself to the Rockadushi compound yourself, so you're not taking. She wasn't taking accountability for any of her actions, but she was agitated. She annoyed me, but I will say I honestly just had hopes for Lynn.
I have none.
I want to at least see them like really do a real fight. I also understand your point when he shouldn't have left them. He should have left them with something.
Because he left.
Easily took Malcolm, let him pull him out of the cooler and got him to.
Malcolm was of no help. Like giving Malcolm that wasn't gonna do nothing.
Nah, not for a while, but yeah. He should have went to Malcolm last with the gun. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. I'm with you, Tika. I think Lynn, I think there was a story behind her. You know what I mean? I wanted to see more. How did she get that way? What happened in her life?
Because remember, she said she was in the Marines and she was a police officer. So like you said, I would have liked to have got, but it was only so much more of her I could stomach. Well, she was really on my last nerve.
Well, once again, if we comparing her to Lacey, which is annoying, but I could do without a Lacey. You know what I mean? Even though
you're getting no argument here.
I would have took Lynn because I think there was more to her that I would have liked to see. That's all.
I got you. So the next thing we see is, I dropped the link for anybody. I know Diva One and Miss Sharon. I know y'all both watched the show. So if any of y'all want to come up and join us, y'all can. I dropped the link in the chat. So we got Zayn and River at the pavilion, right? So River tells her to take Ruth's advice and let Manny get the cooch. The cooch, you use the cooch to manipulate Manny. And she was like, I ain't about that life. That's you and her thing. Y'all use your body. She said, my bad. I thought you liked girls. But now I know you like, you like it up the booty shoot. And so he was like, I like power. You like powerful penises. Let's just be clear, River. Don't get it twisted, okay? And so, but she tells him, listen, I'm not going to use my power. Not my body to do that. That ain't my stilo. That ain't what I do. And so to me, it wasn't a whole lot here. Like we knew all of these things. And I feel like Zayn, at this point, everything after this point, I kind of start to see some calculation with Zayn. She's still a little young and naive, but I see her doing more, being a little more assertive and not just being just passive with everything. So I feel like right here, she kind of put her foot down and said, okay, I ain't doing that. Ain't my thing. Mm-mm. And so to me, like everything after that, she still has her moments, but I feel like after this, we see a lot more of Zayn, being more assertive in who she is.
Yeah, definitely. Her friends leaving a lot, that's triggered something in her. Then to continuously being bothered by Nasty Manny, then to be controlled by Elder Mother Marva. A lot of things are definitely changing for Zayn. She's been the quiet one. Now she's just fed up, and she's becoming a little bit more assertive. So
Yes.
slowly but surely, she's definitely becoming more assertive.
Mm-hmm. So what just happened? My y'all forgive me. My computer screen is going all over the place. All right, so my phone screen is going all over the place. Jeff, anything from that scene?
No, and with Zayn, like y'all said, she just going through the motions, getting in good with Elder Mother. She's finding her niche, that quiet storm. I'm gonna call her Quiet Storm. Yeah.
Okay. So we then see her go to the kitchen trailer where Elder Mother is. And Elder Mother Elder Mother did just like she been doing to people all the time. She slapped her to the ground. Remember when my girl left? What's the girl who left?
Paula.
No, who was friends with Ruth?
Oh, Tally.
Remember when they was in the pavilion that one time? And Tally, I forgot what Tally did. And Elder reached back at them. That shit was so funny to me. So I feel like Elder Mother did the same thing to Zayn. Zayn, come closer. Fuck. And she slapped Zayn to the ground. So after that, she gave her some ice cream and said, do you know why you're being punished and rewarded? I'm rewarding you for coming to help me in a punishment trailer, but I'm punishing you for going in the trailer. And she was like, well, no, Elder Mother, you do so much for everybody. And I wanted to make sure she putting it on now. She just started to become cop. She said, I can't get out of here these other ways. If I'm going to be here, at least let me make my situation better for myself. Because if I can help Elder Mother, she can help me because Mother Agnes is gone. And, she don't trust Ruth. So let me try to get it. I wasn't mad at Zayn for this. I wasn't mad at all. She is laying it on thick. And then we get a little bit of backstory about Elder Mother's kids, where we learned that her kids wanted to have her committed. And she basically said her kids are dead to her because they don't want her to come to the Rakadushis and stuff like that. So we do learn that she do have kids. She just don't really claim them because they tried to have her committed.
Yeah, somebody said that Nancy from the Oval is her granddaughter or her daughter or something like that. But
you think so? I don't think so.
Well, Nancy does have a strong hate for the Rakadushi compound. I think they're pushing it.
Now on the Oval,
but
we do have a merger because in the last episode of the Oval, Nancy showed up at the Rakadushi compound and they got her. Oh, why would she go there? That's a whole other story. Show. A whole other story. But why would you go there? They told you not to go there.
She looking for her son.
Sharon,
right?
No, but Sharon told her. Remember, they had went already.
Doesn't matter. She looking for her son, her child. I mean, like I say, it was stupid. I can say it's stupid, but I don't blame her. You know what I mean? I think my mama will go looking for me. You think my mom not gonna go to the Rakadushi camp? Where's my baby? She's looking for her son.
But
she's looking for her son.
She realized that her son and Sharon barely came back the last time.
Don't matter. It don't matter. Don't matter.
She can't even handle that household, so how she gonna handle it? Anyway, they be running all over her at that house. All over there at that house.
She played her part. Her happy wife making lunches for her husband. She plays that part,
You gotta wait a minute. We're gonna say something real quick because you gotta think about what Nancy did to Richard. She didn't just cheat on him. She cheated on him with his daddy.
Right.
I mean,
his daddy.
she would have got the cold shoulder from me as well. So that's all I'm gonna say about Nancy. So Nancy wasn't no church goer.
Yeah, she wasn't all that good. And we found out that Sharon wasn't no, all that clean. Bitchtopia, wasn't that her name or something like that?
Yes.
Bitchtopia. I was like, Bitchtopia. Where the fuck did you get that name from? Anyway, so back in the trailer with Lynn and Brian, we're gonna call that punishment trailer number 2. Lynn is still damn near erratic. I mean, she's just losing it. Fuck this shit, I'm gone. We getting up at Brian, like, no. She's like, you could say I'm gone. And so Brian, of course, has to follow her to make sure she okay, because that is still his wife, or he loves. Can I say this? The more I see Brian in various stages of undress, the better he looks. When Brian is all closed up, he ain't ugly, but it ain't the same as when he be all, buffed out, half neck. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. I mean, he looks better without clothes than he does with the suit on.
He's a handsome guy. Like, what you mean?
No, I'm not saying he's not handsome, but it's an extra little to it where he be like.
Listen, all I'm gonna say as a Jamie Calica lover, meet him face to face, and I guarantee he will look good, and no matter what he got on, and he smell good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Come on now. I ain't mad at it. I was like, the more you see her, you be like, oh, Brian, I forgot. Feel like I forgot. If he having to remind you every time, like, oh yeah, I'm here. You do know I'm here. Now he do give me a good 5'1", 5'2", but
a little bit taller.
But the short ones. Anyway, moving on. So Lynn and Brian get up out of there, and then back at the kitchen trailer, Ruth comes in there while Elder Mother is preparing the food, and they have this whole back and forth about, I need to know because if something happened to you, that Elder Mother's not here for it. I don't know how. Ruth, how did you really think that was going to end? Did you really think Elder Mother was at any point going to be like, oh yeah, come learn? Like, that's the only thing she has. Thank you, Diva 317. But like, that's the only thing she had. Daikon comes in there and says, why did you take it so long? Elder Mother said, if you would get this whore right here, I could do my goddamn job. So you tell Ruth, get out. Why are you here?
She had to try to get something from her. She couldn't just sit back and it's a dynamic between Elder Mother Marva and Ruth anyway. There's that power struggle, but the only person that's struggling is Marva because Ruth got that thing wrapped up. So they're gonna forever bump heads. It don't matter if they just talking about grits.
The best things to me is always Elder Mother and Daikon. When those two are together and they going back and forth, those are my favorite scenes because they play off of each other so well. Really, Anthony? You know what? I mean, because Elder Mother's Jamaican accent is about as good as Miss Cleo's Jamaican accent. I'm just being
Jamaican for real.
That's what I'm saying.
Jamaican for real. She may have to throw in the accent a little thicker, but no, she sounds like that in for real.
Yeah, you gotta get on her page. You gotta get on her.
More of she gives me a more of not Jamaican. It definitely ain't a Bahamian accent, but because the Jamaicans that I hang around now, there's a couple times that I think she forgets and she'll start talking, and I hear it. I'll be like, oh, okay. But when she's just talking regular, I'll be like, come on now, you're supposed to give me, I don't know, it don't be working for me. But anyway, so we had all of that. Now, do y'all think that there's ever going to be a time where the highest forces Elder Mother to give Ruth information?
That wouldn't make any sense. You mean what kind of information?
About how she makes the meals and stuff.
Well, I agree that with Ruth that Elder Mother's getting older. Somebody needs to know how to make that shit because if she gets sick or dies, he's gonna go crazy because people need to know exactly what she's putting in there and how much of it. So Ruth is right.
Daikon knows?
Huh?
You don't think Daikon knows?
I don't think he knows either. He doesn't know either because he asked. I don't think he knows either. Daikon doesn't go in that kitchen. That's one thing we know. He's not in that kitchen, so he doesn't know. There's certain things that he doesn't know about. I doubt the highest would be the one to force elder mother to. It would come from maybe Daikon or somewhere else. That listen, somebody else needs to know what's going in that food. I can't picture the highest forcing elder mother to do it. Not about that anyway.
The highest doesn't even know that they're putting that shit that Marvel is putting that. No, disrespect to Marvel because I'm not feeling her right now. But he doesn't even know she's putting that medicine in there.
That's true. I forgot that he doesn't know.
He just know he feels happy after he eats. So if they can kind of turn it around,
that's why I was saying I wonder because I know Marvel and Daikon, elder mother Daikon, know full well that they've been drugging him for years. They know, like I think they learned that early on. This bitch ain't wrapped tightly, so we got to do something to sedate him or get him right. So that's why I wonder if Daikon is aware of how much is needed. Maybe he's not, because we know elder mother used to be a nurse. She talked about that she was a nurse, so she was used to how to do the different regimens. So
hell, look like how she was doing with ting 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 tapping like the old school, how they put a pincher here and put a pincher there, like she was doing. So
what is that? The mortar and pestle.
Yeah. But I don't even think they know. I don't even think they know what is being put in there. I mean, we see it because we view them, but we don't even know. She's not even showing them what jar she's grabbing from. So they don't know.
True, that's true.
But I'm not gonna say that totally. Because remember, they know what's in certain jars. They may not know what jars she's grabbing from, but they do know because remember, something happened like a season or two ago, and they needed to. I think Oliver went in there and got a thing of They knew they went in the kitchen and got something. I forgot what they got because they was trying to.
Well, I know that William did go in the kitchen. He was looking for something that was going to help him. Go to the bathroom because he said that the highest hates it when he go, his bowel.
No, not that. I remember that too. So that helps. But this was when they had when they told him to pour. She told Tally to pour out. Ruth told Tally, don't use this, pour this out because this is what they'll use. I think it's cyanide or something like that. Yeah. So they do know what some of the things are. They don't know what all of them are, like you said, but they do know what some of the things are in those. Because, like you said, William knew that, hey, it's something in this kitchen that'll help me, go ahead and get this stuff out.
Right.
So, and I saw you supposed to be meeting up with William.
Oh, we did. That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. He looks tall. I wonder what he looks like in real life.
He looks. Listen, I'm 40 something, and he made me want to go cougar real quick.
He's like, hey, William.
That's all I can say, and he gives good hugs, and again, he smells good too. So shout out to himself.
I know that's right. So then we see Daikon. He goes outside and him and Ruth talk. He tells her not to try and learn what elder mother is cooking, or what meds she used in the food. He upset that she's fucking the highest. He said, my eyes are like a cat, and I will stalk you, and I will gut you from your pussy to your throat. Really, Daikon? All that? And he walks away from her. And who pops up? Your boy River. Always at the worst time. Like, River just be at the worst time. Like, bruh, go away. And that's how Ruth, every time Ruth see River, it's always right after something real big be to happen. She be like, bruh, just get away from me. Like, go away.
Yeah, ever since he said F them kids, then she was like, we don't even need to talk. You just
he said it so hard. Like, fuck them kids. I was like, River.
No, he put the emphasis on it. Girl, fuck them kids. Sorry, if it's Sunday and the F word offend y'all, I was trying to say help, but it's just
we cuss around here. They'll be all right.
Hilarious.
That was too funny. But Ruth did tell him that Andrew was FBI. She did tell him that.
And she said, no, I ain't told the highest yet. But the highest already knows. So she doesn't know that. But he was like, you got to tell him before he's mad that you didn't tell him. But the highest already knows. And I think that's going to end up coming out that he already knew anyway. But yeah, but Daikon.
The highest that Daikon is actually doing his job, because initially the highest was blaming Daikon for everything, not telling him everything. So now Daikon just running and telling everything, so he saved his life, you know.
And the thing about it is, it's probably going over the head of the highest, but what he needs to understand is, look how many times Daikon have to keep coming to you. This is happening. This is happening. That you, and like, you really, bro, you had no idea of how much shit I was dealing with out here. You thought I'm just trying to keep stuff from you, bro. It's shit happening every 5 minutes. Something else is popping up that I got to deal with. And if I got to keep coming to you every now and again and tell you, I ain't got time to be dealing with that.
Exactly.
Like, it was crazy. Andrew, we see he go to the cooler that ain't plugged up in nowhere. I'm never gonna get over this cooler that ain't plugged up in nowhere in America. But the cooler, he takes him out of the cooler. Now listen, let me ask y'all this. I know a lot about medicine. I'm degreed in kinesiology in sports medicine. And I'm going to tell you that if you take a syringe and stab someone in the chest like that, you are going to puncture a lung. That's kind of how that works. Like,
but the needle was only like this big, and you know how many layers you got to get through to get to a lung.
It don't take. First of
all he did was touch the skin. He didn't.
No.
A little behind
needle. You're no.
That's a little needle.
No. And now here's the other part about it. The other part about it is, for what he was trying to do, that's not where you wanted to shoot him up anyway. But my point being, you would have punctured a lung, because when I looked at it, I went and rewound it a few times. And believe it or not, that area, maybe if he would have, because even when he stabbed him, and now I'm getting real technical, okay? I'm getting real technical here. Had he stabbed him a little closer to maybe the nipple area where there's a little more muscle fiber there, but it was closer to the top part of it, and there's less muscle tissue and fiber. It doesn't take a lot. There's not a whole lot of muscles, skin and stuff for you to go through to puncture a lung there. It don't take much. I'm just saying, the way he stabbed him, like, what, bro?
You got to get to the real cage. I mean, listen, I worked at the prison for almost 10 years, and I promise you, I hate to say it, but I've seen people stab wounds where we've had to take them out to the hospital, and then the physicians even have a hard time with this hose that they have to put inside to go into their lung to blow it up. I understand your questioning on the reality or the realness of it and how he could have punctured the lung, but I'm just thinking on that other side, just from what I've seen.
Okay, stab away.
He needed something, and plus it would have been just a little piercing, like compared to a wide shank that some people have used.
But because my other thing about it is, in that area, if you're really trying to do an adrenaline shot, this area is not where you want to shoot, because there's not a lot of veins. You know what I'm saying? That's not the area that you want to shoot him up to make it get to the heart faster. Like, bro, what are you doing? Hold on, don't scream. Like, bitch, what? Anyway, I got real.
Shout out to Blue Kimball. Stab the man in the right place the next time, okay?
Yeah, stab him. If you need practice stabbing people, come see me over here. I can show you how to stab.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
So we see Andrew gives this man who tells you, I can't feel my fingers, I can't feel my feet, I can't feel nothing. You give him a gun, but don't give a gun to people. You tell them, oh, when the people come in here, just fight them off one at a time. What?
Yeah. Yeah, readily able-bodied people should have had the guns. You're right. I get it. I get it.
This man say, I can't feel my fingers, I can't feel my feet, I
He
can't feel
would have been
nothing.
better off putting a stick or something in his hand, as opposed to him
What he-
standing. And plus, you're hidden. You're behind the cooler underneath the bus, so your chances of actually being able to get up, move, use your trigger finger to shoot somebody is like 1% out of.
like, that just don't make sense to me.
It ain't even possible.
But I feel like this is all a plan. Andrew always got a scheme in his head. Andrew's gonna play on this. Andrew's gonna save his own self and gonna act like he was trying to betray the FBI. He's going. I can see him acting like he's converted because look at the steps that he's taken. All of the steps that we've seen him take have been counter to really helping the FBI people. Like the stuff he's been helping Daikon and the highest and the Rakadushi. You giving Malcolm a gun doesn't help anybody. And we're not going to even talk about when you got to the old folks farmhouse. We'll get there in a second because I really don't understand that. That's a whole other story. Jeff, you had anything on that?
No, Andrew's wishy-washy, like I said. Go ahead.
He is. So then, now y'all got to go with me on this. Tyler. Did you go down there to Lenox Mall? Did you go down somewhere and you saw whoever this new person is that's all over our screens now? The little light bright Lewis with the light eyes? Because we ain't seen him not one season. Not one. Where we saw him at?
He been there since season 1.
I ain't never seen him. You gonna have to show me that. I'm gonna have to go back. Jeff, you see this man?
I mean, he just probably didn't have like a major like a role now. You know, I didn't notice him. I
never seen this man until now. Until we came back.
He was in the scene where y'all remember when River caught himself speaking to those group of men and introducing them to the Rakadushi compound. He was in that scene. He asked him, "Well, brother, how do we learn?" Like he was in that scene. Then,
but he wasn't. Was he a soldier back then?
He had just got to the compound. He had on the purple outfit. Then
I'm gonna have to go see this because I was like, Tyler, who you pulled?
I'm gonna give you one more scene, and I don't even know how you missed this one. In the shower scene, he was in the shower scene questioning River about the highest and whether or not the highest like men or women, or if he's sleeping with men or women. He was in the shower.
Was that him? I thought that was somebody. I'm gonna have to go back and look.
Lewis been there since season 1.
Jiva Wan said he's been in the background since season 1. If y'all tell me,
Harry, baby, he been there.
I have to go with you, but I ain't never. I'm like, bro, we ain't see Tyler. Where you pulled him out of? Because we ain't see him since we ain't see him at all. But I'm gonna go with you. We gonna go back and watch. Anyway, so Daikon meets up with Manny and Lewis, and he kicked the shit out of Manny too. He kicked the shit out of him and told him that they need to go find Andrew. Meanwhile, Lynn and Brian run around the compound like chickens with their heads cut off. And then we see Elder Mother bring the meal to the highest. Now, they have this whole exchange, and the highest tells Elder Mother, listen, I know I punished you, but I gave you a gift. And that's when he tell her that Lacey is waiting for her in the punishment trailer. I was here for that. I was here for it. Anything to that?
Go ahead, Tia.
No, I was just gonna say Elder Mother Mark was just way too excited to know that she was about to torture the hell out of somebody. That's
you know she get off on that stuff.
Right. She did.
No, and I was just saying that the fact that the highest was basically apologizing shows that he knew he was wrong for, Marvin ain't crap to me, but he knew that he was wrong for punishing her for walking in that trailer. Because he knew it was wrongdoing. He knew he was just wanting to cover for Daikon, which is his right hand. You know what I mean? But that's it.
I mean, Elder Mother and Daikon are the two ride or dies. And he be doing them wrong sometimes. Now, Elder Mother and Daikon, for whatever reason, they are probably the two most loyal in the whole camp. They be putting up with a lot of shit from the highest that they don't necessarily have to subject themselves to. And, I think he probably did have to go back and realize, you know what, I need to clean this up because she done been here. Even if she did do wrong, I always feel like people that's that close, he shouldn't punish Daikon and Elder Mother in public like that because that will cut their, authority or cut their legs from underneath them. If you got to do, but I did think he punished Daikon. I'll go to that later. I absolutely feel like he punished Daikon later on in episode 15. 14 and 15. He absolutely did. I think he was very intentional with that one too. But so then we see Andrew gets the guns. We see Daikon, Manny, and Lewis. They go to the cooler and they see that Malcolm gone. So Daikon tell them to go. That Andrew's gonna go after the weapons, so they need to go check on the weapons because he knows he done figured out that that's what Andrew's gonna go do, try to shoot their way out. And then he goes to the trailer, and then he sees that Lynn and Brian are going. So everything is going to, everywhere. Daikon or something else is happening. Bitch, I can't catch a break. Like really, like every time you turn around something. And one thing I'll give Daikon credit for, he was a lot more calm and a lot more poised than a lot of people would have been. Because after all of this shit, I would have been shooting everybody. Anybody moving, you get shot. Like it literally was going crazy in the camp. And he still kept his poise, kept his cool. He screamed a little bit, but he kept his poise through all of it.
Yeah, just a little bit ago, he had just roundhouse kicked Manny big behind.
He did roundhouse kick Manny.
Like I don't release some aggression, so now let me kind of keep my cool head so I can figure out some stuff. He had a scratch his head moment, but he was like, let me just kind of keep my cool and composure so that I got to deal with the highest. I got to deal with all this other stuff. And me wilding out right now is not going to help the situation. So I just felt like there was a reason behind him trying to keep it together as much as he could.
And then on top of that, Manny came back. Oh, he already took 4 guns. Lewis came back. Oh, it's somebody at the gate. Like, wait, what? Can
I say Manny and Lewis are some of the worst soldiers there is? Listen, the man got out of the cooler. Talking about Malcolm, he got out of the cooler. Dang, you're not gonna even look under the trailer to see if he rolled underneath the trailer. You know he should be half dead. They didn't even do any real searching or anything. They was like, "Oh, we gotta go way up." You know what I mean? So they suck the soldiers.
Like I don't. If I'm Daikon, I would have fired both of them. By this time, I would have told y'all give me your gun. Go meet me in the punishment trailer. I ain't got this type of time. Let me go find somebody that can help me out. Because you bastards can't do ain't it. Y'all ain't it. Y'all are not it. So
yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Anyway, we see River goes to the highest trailer. Daikon comes to tell the highest that they couldn't find Andrew and that there's a van at the gate. Daikon, you came to this man's trailer with no information. Because he was like, well, who's in the van? I don't know. Well, what do they want? Well, what do you know? Why are you here if you just telling me? You need to give me more information.
And he walked in without knocking.
Well, he been doing that the whole time. Listen, he already told you that's his man. He can bust in there whenever he want to. He ain't think about y'all. Y'all think y'all just gonna be slobbing on my man, and I ain't gonna walk through here and clear house? I'm just saying. River goes to the finance trailer to see Joan. I hate the interaction between Joan and River. I just really, because River gets on my nerves with Joan. I'm starting to, Jeff, I know you like Joan. Joan is your girl. And I'm starting to come over to the Joan bandwagon. Like, I am starting to come over to the Joan bandwagon. But the way River be doing, Joan be getting on my nerves. I really cannot stand River at all. When he interacts with Joan. Like, I be like, River.
But
Joan,
Joan gives River the business. Joan gives River the business. Right. Like, she's tapping back in. She's not letting him just run over her. So that's their dynamic. Like how Marva and Daikon have their their little dynamic of the way they communicate. That's Marva. That's Joan and River. That's their.
Yeah, because I took it as they like you were saying, they kind of look out for each other. Because remember, in the past season when River was kind of losing it, and Jones is like, "Listen, I'll take care of this. You go relax. It's gonna be okay." So that is their dynamic. So I never looked at it as anything negative or,
River's just getting annoying to me at this point. Like he's just like this little gnat that's always by your ear. You just want to just. That's how River is for me at this point.
Yeah.
So he tells Joan, "Well, is there any money here? Is that?" Wait, there's no money here, River. What do you want? There's no money here. Well, I thought we could just take the money and run. River, calm your ass down. Calm your cooch, River, because you got a cooch at this point, River. Calm it down. So she tells them they ain't going to go get the money till Monday. And then we see, and the last thing we see on the episode is Manny is at the gate with the van rolling up.
Just standing there, like
just standing there.
You can't run me over. This big old van. You can't run me over. You can't run through the gate. What if they wanted to run? I told you, bad soldier. You never stand in front of a vehicle like that.
And then, even once the vehicle stopped, you never even went to the vehicle to say, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing? What do you want? What is your business here?" Like you just sat there, literally waited. They could have just came and blew you off the earth. You know what I'm saying? Could have had people come out the back. You never went to go investigate. You went by yourself at that.
Yeah.
I think it's the nose ring. It's the nose ring.
Listen, shout out to Joshua Adiaye. He fine.
He is. I ain't gonna even lie. I am not gonna even lie.
But Manny have got a brain full of rocks right now. So he playing his part very well. That's all I can say.
Baby, when I tell you he do be looking like, ooh. Yeah. I ain't mad at it. So we see Andrew. So in episode 13, The Great Escape, Andrew goes to the punishment trailer. He finds out Oliver is dead, and he frees Lacey from the shackles and gives her a shotgun. Hello, comma, pause. Now you giving this chick who you have no idea whether she even knows how to use a gun. You still ain't went to go try and give Brian or Lynn a gun. He didn't know Brian and Lynn had left. He didn't know it all. Still ain't went to go give a FBI agent and a former Marine a gun. But you give it to this hooker who ain't never used a gun before, which I find odd because she managed to use that gun over at the farm with the old people. You managed to use it then. Now all of a sudden you can't use that.
Well, at the farm, that was an old-fashioned shotgun, if I'm not mistaken, right?
But that was a shotgun there too.
No. At the farm, it was no safety. What Andrew had was a soldier grade. I don't know how to say it. It was a soldier grade gun that had a safety on it. So your average person can't use that. I'm just saying, unless they tell you, because Andrew didn't tell her that there was a safety on there. A lot of people in chat were just saying, well, why didn't she just pull the trigger? Because it's not a Smith & Wesson where you can just pull the trigger and there's a safety on that, and your average person would not know how to use that.
How do we know that the other one that she used was a Smith & Wesson?
No. You talking about at the farmhouse?
It's loaded and you shoot on that old school. You pull the clip up, you pull it up like that, and then you shoot.
That's it.
It was a different. You right. There were a difference between the two guns. The other one that Andrew gave her, it had like the black on the front and then the goldish, silverish looking thing on the tail end of it, which looked like something that could be connected to a M4 or some type of military weapon. So I mean, either way, she still pissed me off. Like, why even give it a gun if she wasn't capable of using it?
That's on Andrew, not so she didn't piss you off. That's on sketchy, wishy-washy. That's on him. And like I said from the beginning, y'all ain't want to believe me.
Listen, he's the double cross. He's the okie doke. Andrew is the okie doke.
Right?
He ain't about
slithered out the back door, slithered.
Right. You literally, he could have knocked Elder Mother the hell out. Why did you try to subdue Elder Mother? You just, let me slide out of here. You literally, the girl is watching you. And Lacey, why did you say Andrew's right there behind you or something?
She was trying to say Andrew. She was like, Andrew, help me. Andrew, help me. She kept saying Andrew.
Yeah, she did actually say that. And Elder Mother turned around and looked behind the door, and he was gone already. By that time,
he had gone. Yeah.
Yeah. So El Teddy, unless it's like how you saying, if Andrew was trying to get back, which wouldn't make no sense unless it's like how you saying that Andrew was secretly trying to sabotage them and get back in good with the highest and say that, he's been with them the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the only thing that I can see, because other than that, you the dumbest FBI agent, just ever. You about as bad as doggone Manny,
I mean, before he had a reason for being there. He was, he was pissed, and then he was with what's her name, Tally, right? He was messing with Tally. He liked her, so he kind of had a reason, not a good reason, but he kind of had a reason for being there. But she's
pregnant with his child.
Right. But she's gone now, so
but she's gone. He has no reason to be there. None.
Yeah.
I mean, well, maybe he chopped it up too, because remember his wife is dead. Remember his wife is dead, and so he don't have nothing else out there. The son ain't dead, but the wife is dead. And stuff like that. Oh, we got somebody knocking at the back door. Hold on. Who's that? Oh, that's Jeanette. Jeanette. Oh, okay.
Right in time for season 2. I mean, episode 13, wherever we at, 12.
Yeah. So, Elder Mother basically bust her in the head. Give me the tail. Damn, you did. Oh, and knock her out. Say, yeah, I got you. And because she slapped Lacey to the ground with the and takes the gun from her. She good for slapping people. Elder Mother always slapping people. She got a
strong pimp hand.
She be oh man, so like y'all said, Andrew snuck out behind her. She knocks out Lacey with the gun. So back down to the gate. Daikon is there with Manny. Then this interracial couple get out. I never wrote their names down. They're just always the interracial couple to me. I know that comes out so harsh.
Laura and Aaron.
Aaron and Laura.
Laura and Aaron. Thank y'all. They still gonna be in my notes as the interracial couple.
Shout out to Alexander Cubis. Okay.
But okay, let's break this down. Okay, let's talk about this. How in the hell, if everything we talk about with the Rakadushi is the evilness of the white man, how all of a sudden is it okay for this white man to become part of?
Well, he's not in there yet.
I know he's not in there yet, but
hold on. They're at the gate. If anything, they're trying to get the what's her name, the wife. You know what I mean? And they're just gonna get rid of him. That's what I see happening. So they don't intend on
I
No, they
feel
don't
like they would have said, hey, we'll do white people. You can go. No, now the white people want to stay, you
That
can't.
would make that don't make sense. They got to get the wife on board. You know what I mean? How would that look?
There are some white people on the Rockadusha compound. They're not
Right.
accented, but they are on the compound. You got a guard that's white, played by Dean. Listen, y'all know how I am,
Oh, I
but
know.
there are a sprinkle of white people.
Because you just told me Lewis been on here since season 1, and I
Yeah.
ain't never seen him before.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
He just didn't have a speaking role.
So the Laura and Aaron, y'all say their names was?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right, Lauren Aaron.
Laura and Aaron, they come out from behind the van. They want to join. They know Joan from Oregon, and they done stole all their possessions to come over there. Daikon tell them, listen, we don't just take people. You have to be invited. And he says he'll let them know after he informs the highest. And then he even mentions the evils of the white man to them. Daikon tells Manny to keep an eye on them or whatnot. But here's the deal. Does that not send up red flags? Like, it would have been everything in the world has gone wrong tonight. Every single thing that can go wrong has gone wrong. And magically, at the most inopportune time, when everything is going fucking haywire, this couple just magically shows up all the way from Oregon. Really? Who hitchhike in 2022?
Right.
Well, Daikon, of course, he's like hesitant about it, and that's why they're still outside of that gate. Now, at the end of the day, it's gonna really y'all be up to the highest as to whether they're actually invited. But Daikon is he's on his toes now, but he can only do what the highest.
Now, I will say Daikon did tell him, hey, bitch, don't even be on our property. Go y'all ass away. I don't give a shit what y'all got going on. Go y'all ass across the goddamn street. Don't be over here. We got the type of time. You can't come up in here. Matter of fact, Manny, I need you to see if they're using it in cell phones or anything. I need you to watch them. Now, but it just sit on so many red flags. To me, it would have been an absolute listen. Y'all ain't got an ice cube check. We ain't taking nobody here right now. Get the hell away from our compound. We'll come see us in about 6 months. We might be ready at that point.
Right.
But right now is not the time.
It's a setup.
Oh, it's absolutely a setup. It's
Yeah.
so obvious. So obvious. But we'll get to what someone said the setup was later.
Yeah.
At the finance trailer, Manny comes to tell Joan to go see the highest because once they said they knew Joan, Daikon was like, He told Matt, go tell Joan to meet me at the highest trailer because we need to know what this shit is about. This shit don't
Right.
even sound right. So man, yeah, you need to go see the highest. And when they get there, Daikon tells the highest about the hitchhikers. Joan comes in and then she tells them everything she knows about them. She says she know them. She used to work with the lady at the um at her accounting firm. She used to work with her. She used to teach them all about the Rakadushis, and that's probably why they remember it. So they asked her, listen, you willing to vouch for them? She was like, bruh, I know them, but I ain't willing to put my stuff on the capacity. So
Right.
they were like, why not? He's your friend. Baby, because they might do something. I'm not doing this with y'all. No,
Right.
no. Just saying. We don't trust nobody. I don't trust that lady. Her hot top fade better than Nino Brown's in New Jack City. We ain't doing it. Just say in 2022. But I don't know. Did y'all feel like, to me, the red flags went off for me even with how Joan answered it?
Because her stuff was verbatim for what they were saying. It was like, how is it that you're saying literally the exact same things that this couple that you haven't seen in a whole year, the same thing they're saying. So I started my little I went to tingling on that part because I was like,
so what you trying to say like Joan is up to something with them? That's what you mean?
that's what I feel.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that could be one of many reasons. What I was thinking, Jones at work, she's preaching about the Rakadushi way via social media and at work. And this is just somebody who saw the loony person at work. Well, no. They're
She said they
I think
work
they're
together.
undercover. Huh?
She said they work together. That's what she alleges.
No, but
that
that's
they
what I'm
work together.
saying. I think that they are undercover, and she was placed to get close to Joan because she started talking about the Rakadushi, and that's why she befriended Joan. I think that could be a possibility. Could they be working together? That's true too, but I think it's more likely that they befriended Joan because she started preaching about the Rakadushi way via social media, online, and at work. And that's how they got that little story. Oh yeah, we know Joan, we know her, and Joan's kind of like, yeah, I remember them, but we weren't the closest of friends.
Or could Joan have sent the back signal with those emails that she
Mhm.
got access to?
Right.
Mhm.
Hyens don't know how to go in and check emails or check deleted emails.
Right.
Is that possible
And
too?
if she around there doing clearing cookies and clearing the internet cache, the browser cache and stuff, I'm
So
just saying.
so that leaves me. So
Right.
are we saying Joan is just somebody to steal that money with her two friends, or is she a part of a CIA or FBI Secret Service? Are we? Because if she's Secret
I
Service,
don't think she's CIA. I don't give her CIA, FBI, but I absolutely feel like she could be there to steal that money.
okay. So we going with she's there to steal the money, and she's not with an agency.
I'm thinking
I
she's
don't know which
IRS.
level.
I'm thinking she's with the IRS. Okay.
I don't know which level Joan is on. I just know Joan.
She ain't with them. Joan up to something. We
That's
know.
all I
That's
can't
all we know.
pinpoint it right at this moment.
She got
Okay,
something going on.
Up to something.
Well,
politician.
let me say one more thing because people in chat, everybody was throwing out FBI, CIA. So I was just like, I said, I don't think it's FBI because Mac
would've
would have
knew
known
her.
about it, even though all of them kind of know each other. You know what I mean? So she would have been working under Mac. So I'm gonna throw out FBI. Some people said CIA, but when I researched CIA, they don't have like law enforcement. CIA, they're more, they just collect and analyze info. So I was going with Secret Service because they protect the president, vice president, the elected,
Now we do know
family.
a senator's son was killed.
Right.
We still don't have no closure about the son of a senator that was killed.
Right.
Oh,
We ain't got no closure on that. And that's been a minute.
and probably won't get it till season 4.
And how long ago? How long Lilo been dead?
Oh,
About
oh.
5
The end of season 2, and then
When's the cartel coming?
Right, the cartel. Right. So after that, the highest says Daikon, keep your eye on them. Daikon, he tells Daikon to send Ruth to see him. Says, you can't make me happy. Send Ruth here. You telling him to make you happy and blow your back out. This man got 8,000 things going on. Like, bruh, it is going down outside this trailer, and you telling him to make you happy, bruh. Moving on.
He just wants some good news as opposed to the bad news that Daikon brings to him all the time.
You told Daikon to tell you everything, and now you mad.
Exactly.
You can't be like, oh, tell me everything, and when I do, now you mad, bruh. What you want?
Right.
Joan goes to the finance trailer and tells River about the interracial couple. Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron and Laura. He said that she was at the gate. So they both start talking about, listen, they can't come join here. They can't come join. Elder Mother is on her way to go see the highest. She got the shotgun in her hand. Daikon stops her. What are you doing? What are you doing, Elder Mother, with the shotgun? What am I doing with it? Why was Lacey with it? What you mean, Lacey with it? You know I love their interactions. So This whole interaction made me laugh. She was like, "Do you know what you're doing?" Of course, I know what I'm doing. You'd be surprised what I can do. And so she eventually gives him a gun. He makes her go to her trailer. But I always like their interaction with each other.
Anytime Elder Mother Marva has the opportunity to show that Daikon is messing up, she's gonna do it. She's gonna throw it in his face. She's gonna, and he's the same way. If the women not doing what they're supposed to do, he gonna make sure to make sure that the highest knows that Elder Mother Marva's not doing what, like some little cackling kids just going back.
That's what they are.
So that's it.
River goes down to the men's trailer, and and Lewis is there in the trailer. And so Lewis tells him, "Listen, I don't know what you think you finna do, bro. We finna go. I don't know what you think you finna do, bro. What we finna do is we finna go out here and do patrols because all the men on the compound is doing patrols. I don't know what you got going on, but we all do a patrol. So you need to go get ready."
When Lewis told River to go get dressed, first of all, I'm like, how you gonna send this little boy to try to be somebody's soldier? Number two, who gave you the authority to run around telling everybody
he's running everything
on duty?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, how does he bump up in rank so quickly? Unless soldiers are automatically, a level up. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe when Andrew lost they lost Andrew. Maybe that was his opportunity to move over a little bit, move up in the hierarchy.
But I feel like it would have been other people that would have been higher up than him since he ain't been there that long. But who the hell am I?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Who am I? Anyway, but he was like, listen, because he was trying to, make River feel bad for being gay. And River was like, do you really think you know what the highest? He said, we've been praying to the Raku for the highest, and he's taking a wife. River looked at him like,
I told you, when that man met River in that shower, he was talking about how the highest been messing. He heard the highest been messing with the men or the boys. That's the conversation that they had. So from the very beginning of him being there, he wanted to see the highest with a woman, so that way it'll be okay, so they can be with the women.
Yeah, so that he said that Raku has answered their prayers.
And these little side conversations that he having, he's not gonna do them in front of Daikon. You already know. They would date Manny and him. They would never have those conversations in front of Daikon.
Hold on.
Daikon shut it down like what?
Daikon will be the drop kick one of them again.
Yeah, and he been practicing those kicks.
Elder Mother got the slap. Daikon got the drop kick.
Daikon, he added something special to that kick. It was
roundhouse kick. That roundhouse kick. You should have got something deadly. So then Ruth and Zayn, they in the women's trailer talking. Daikon comes in and said, listen, break it up, bitch. Go, the highest need to see you. I don't even want to talk about it. Go on, he want to see you. You go on in your room and go to bed. Then we see Daikon go outside and he tells Manny to go tell a couple to set up their tent in front of the gate and that the highest will see them soon. River comes all dressed in his fatigues, looking a damn mess, and talks to Daikon. And he tells Daikon, listen, you don't even know what's going on with your men. They got all kinds of places they be sneaking off to, and they be busting the women down. They be getting it in. They be busting people down. They got hideouts all over the place. And you okay over there, Jeanette? She went sideways. Oh boy. But he was like, listen, they got all kinds of stuff all over the place where people, be sneaking away and having sex with the women you don't even know about. He even told him about Melinda getting stabbed while she was trying to get head. And he was like, you don't even have no institutional control. He said, listen, I need you to find out who did that. I ain't going to do your dirty work. That's basically what he said. And then, now here's what I wanted to ask y'all. Y'all gonna know before I do. He said that Oliver was fucking Lacey because of Clark, and that Clark wasn't a good soldier. I didn't understand any of that. I didn't know where that came from. Clark to me was a good soldier. So I don't even know how the Oliver is having sex with Lacey because a Clark situation went on.
I think River is just trying to stir things up because what River is really doing, he's exposing a blind spot that Daikon didn't see with the soldiers having sex with the females, and River's going to show Daikon exactly where that spot is. So whoever's there having sex, Daikon will now know. So I think River was just trying to expose some things.
But also Clark protected Oliver because Oliver knew that Lacey and Clark, or Oliver and Lacey, were having sex. Clark knew that. He even confronted Oliver and said, "Hey man, if you're doing it, stop doing it. I'm gonna protect you as much as I can." Because remember Clark was on go check the big size D duty. You know what I mean?
He did. Then he was over there checking meat.
So he knew that Oliver and Lacey had been having sex, and Clark kept that from Daikon. And so that's why River
he wasn't a good guy. To me, I hate that Clark got killed because to me, did he get killed? Yeah, he got killed.
Yeah. I didn't want him dead.
I didn't want Clark to die because Clark was a good soldier.
He was
Clark
loyal.
was better than Manny.
He was loyal, but he was not a good soldier.
He was better than Manny.
Clark left his gun. You don't leave your gun nowhere. You left the highest is a dead body in the car. The highest is right there with you. He tells you to go get somebody. You leave your gun on the ground because you can't fathom a dead body. I like Clark, but Clark was a bad soldier. He was the worst.
You know,
let me got made up in a freaking punishment trailer.
Let me give another one for my dead homies. We already did one time for Oliver. Now one time for my boy Clark.
This is for the homies. That's why I think that's why the whole thing, and like he said, that River is exposing blind spots. However, the one thing I don't like that River didn't do, he could have told Daikon that Manny killed Melinda.
He could have. And he knew that.
Yes.
He knew that. Yes. And that would have saved Zayn. Because had he told Daikon about Manny, that would have saved. But I think what happened was, I think River was scared.
Right, because that could have backfired.
Scared that Manny was going to eventually come after him. Because River can't fight.
Right. Or Daikon was like, why didn't you tell me this at first?
And River, he did ask him, why didn't you tell me? And River was like, you know you don't like me, so why am I gonna come and tell you anything?
Right.
See, River, he's got a little bit of power or an advantage because of his dealings with the highest. So at that moment, and maybe not previous to that, but at that moment, he could have spoken and told everything. And it would have solved, at least it would have eliminated the whole Manny situation. Because you're not supposed to touch the pure. So Manny would have been in violation automatically.
We did see elder mother goes and talks to Lewis, who tells her about Andrew. So that's how she found out that Andrew was missing. Because Lewis told her, because right off the gate, he can't hold water. You can't even keep your mouth closed. Bro, what are you doing? You only been in power a half second, and you already messed it up. You need another roundhouse kick. You ain't even get the roundhouse kick. Manny got the roundhouse kick. It's time for him to get a roundhouse kick. Because I don't understand. You only been in this position for a half second, and you can't even keep your mouth closed. And Manny goes and tells the interracial couple, oh, excuse me, Laura and Eric.
Say it how you want to. You don't have to keep changing it.
They're going to always be the interracial couple. Oh boy. What Daikon said about them moving right outside the gate. They asked Manny what it's like on the compound. They asked him why they need a gun, why he needs a gun. That would have been a red flag if I'm there. Like, why? If this is paradise,
Well, all these guns and everything, you know. I mean, I'm just saying.
But if you
I got
already know
another
how it
question
goes
too.
down, if you already know how it really goes down, it don't scare you.
Right. Ruth goes to see the highest. The highest is Daikon is making him angry and he doesn't want to be angry. The highest asked her would she be okay if they had a threesome with one of the soldiers. She said she doesn't want to have she doesn't want them touching her. He says, but I want them touching me. That tickled me when he said, but I want them touching me. That tickled me so much. And then he
That just
asked
shows he's
her,
being more open with Ruth. He's being more
yeah.
open. He's
Mhm.
revealing more to her. Hey, I like the men to touch me too. So
And so then he asked her to teach him how to eat her blocks. And so she undresses and starts to teach him. That was really weird. Like that scene was really like it was awkward. It was
I liked
so
it. I liked it.
awkward to me.
It was hot. I liked it.
it wasn't awkward to me because I was like, okay, then let's go.
I'm with you, Tika. I liked it. I
And
liked it.
he looked a little goofy in the beginning with the
Real like goofy, like bro, what are you doing?
listen. Once she straddled his face, I don't listen. It was already popping. And you could look at the emotion in her face, and she was like, "Okay, this, not do this and do." Like she was into it, and I was kind of. This was like some. I don't even know what channel y'all watch no more, but this was like that. It was like,
Yeah, it was something different.
this
Yeah.
low-key porn. Yeah, it is, but
It was softcore porn, like Showtime
it
at
worked
late
for
at
me.
night softcore porn. We know Matt Sedania got 0% body fat, so whenever he take off his clothes, he rippling all over the place, looking all viscous, veins popping out everywhere. So then the final scene in this episode was when Daikon found Lynn and Brian on Yancey, but well, I don't know if it was Yancey bus, one of the buses, and Lynn's still going crazy, still talking out the side of her neck, still yang 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 yang. Brian kept saying, "Listen, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't what you think they will." She thought she was about that life. Well, then go ahead and kill me then. Kill me then. And so she walked away. Okay, boom. He took out the gun with the silencer. Boom. Here we go. What? Didn't even flinch. Brian started screaming. No! I live for it. No, I live for it. She had to die. I would not miss her. Goodbye. Goodbye, Lynn. That's immediately how I felt.
She
I
didn't
did
want
not
to
feel.
listen.
She was begging to get killed. She was literally like begging to get killed. You
Yeah, I mean, it was her fault. She made that decision to go there, do drugs. But I mean, for the sake of a backstory, I think she had an awesome backstory. I think there was so much more she deserved to be around than some others that's still on the show. You know what I mean? There was so much more to her, I think. That's what I want to believe.
Where's Paula? Because Paula been out here trying to go get help since God was a child. I just want to know where
Paula is still in the credits, so she may
she
make
is. That's what I know. She's still in the credits, so that's what I'm saying. Where is she? Because she got to come back. She's still in the credits.
right.
Evie
Remember, I
Bags
told
is
you
still in the credits too.
Paula had to get lost and broke down somewhere. Like even me, without GPS, and she's not even a driver, so she went driving blindly on a dirt road. You don't
Oh,
know
she
from
didn't
east
find
to
nobody. She's
no.
eventually running to nothing.
Other than that couple house, there's nothing else out there, and they made sure that's why the compound is in the middle of nowhere. So can you
There's no,
imagine?
because there is a town.
Okay,
Because
but
there's a
which way?
sheriff and there is a town.
But she
I'll
didn't
tell you.
go to the sheriff department because the sheriff was in on it. So maybe she was trying to
But
go bypass the sheriff department some kind of way in the
but
middle of
Tika,
nowhere.
Tika, we don't even have to get to that point because she doesn't even know where she's going. That's what I'm trying to say. Can you think about where we live at? I know going north, the streets get high in Miami, and south they get low. But you
But
in the
yeah,
middle of nowhere. with dirt roads called Peachtree Mount. What is that? I don't know which way to go.
In Jeff's defense, I've known Jeff for a very long time. He's always not been good with directions. Always. This is before GPS. This is before, and I've known Jeff he's not been good with directions.
That's
for
true.
a very long time.
But you see what I'm saying though? She was not a driver, so she's driving blindly. As far as you can see, it's dirt road. Can you imagine? Which way do you turn?
I mean, I'm just gonna chop it up to the fact that it's Paula. Paula was already shaky from the beginning. She was sketchy and shaky from the beginning.
No, she wasn't sketchy. She wasn't sketchy. No.
She was sketchy. Paula?
How?
Paula was sketchy.
How was she sketchy?
Paula drank bleach. It wasn't that sketchy about Paula. Paula wanted to get the hell off the Rockadusha compound, or whatever.
Drinking bleach is not sketchy. If you drinking bleach is not the definition of you being sketchy.
You want to yes, you want to die, and we know you drinking bleach. You want to die. It's not sketchy. It's no good. You want to die. I'm ready to go.
That's it.
That's it. Nothing sketchy about that.
But can we before you get to I don't know where you about to go yet.
We about to go to the next episode. We just ended episode 12.
Okay, can we though? But can we get a shout out for Cheryl Conley for being able to get him some on this last episode?
He did get him some. Wait, no, we get to the episode. We can
because we almost done escape. Didn't you say Andrew done ran around the compound and all of that?
No.
So I think we already, if he didn't he ain't. Okay, my bad.
We just getting there.
You're right.
We literally on that episode. That's literally right there.
My apologies.
So we start off episode 14. Dilapidated is the title. Brian is losing his mind. He's losing it now that Daikon done shot and killed Lynn. And Brian is over there screaming, hollering at Daikon. Daikon didn't even flinch. Daikon said he bust him in the head with the gun. You don't get away from me. Listen, Daikon is so poised, so calm, so sexy in this scene. Like, bro, what you doing? What you doing? And so he said, mark my words, I will kill you. Really? Really? Take him to the punishment trailer. We ain't got this type of time. Do something with that body. We ain't got this type of time. Go on. I ain't got this type of energy. Keep playing around. I got enough shit going on. Manny and Lewis take care of all of that. And so we did see Andrew. He done made his way to the old folks farmhouse. So he at the old folks farmhouse. He sneaks in. I got this big, assault rifle. Next thing you know, he's here. And I'm like, oh. Because immediately I thought, well, didn't they kill the dead? I mean, the old people, aren't the old people dead? That's immediately what came to my brain. But we hear, next thing you know, he opened the door. Sheriff is getting it down. Baby, when I tell you, Mama Girl was riding the flagpole over there with the sheriff, she was over there on the flagpole. Listen, like she was playing tetherball. And on that tetherball pole, I'm trying to tell you. And he was getting it in, and so Andrew breaks it up and tells her to handcuff him. Now, here's the thing. He tells the sheriff that he's really FBI, right? Because the sheriff ain't know. So, and all of this that transpired over all of these minutes, how in everything that is holy, Andrew, did you manage to let the sheriff get away?
Right.
You that close. When you are that close and you're an FBI agent, it's so easy for you to shoot him and not her.
Right.
That sheriff got a big old head.
Right. he could have.
You could have took him out and saved that girl.
Yeah.
Like, you had a confession from him saying he was working against the FBI. Bruh.
Another thing, he allowed him to pull his pants up and
get the gun. That was the whole sequence of events. You allowed him to shoot at you. You allowed him to get the gun and put the gun toward the girl. Like, bruh.
I just chalked it up as Andrew was tired. Cause you making a whole lot of mistakes. A whole lot of mistakes. A whole lot
Unless
of mistakes.
it goes back to my conspiracy theory, he's purposely doing things wrong. Because it could be a situation where Andrew looked at the situation going on with Brian and Malcolm and everything and said, bro, this is a no-win situation. And I don't, or they don't already found out that I'm, FBI. So I might as well, do some things to sabotage the FBI people so that at the end of the day, I can hold on to. I was trying to help y'all out. Y'all just didn't understand the game I was trying to play. I had to do what I had to do to try and get them off my back. So they didn't think that I was still with. So they thought I was still with them, but I was really still with y'all, sabotaging them. That's the only thing I'm thinking in my head because there's no way you gonna tell me that old behind sheriff got the best of you.
Right.
I have no words for Andrew.
Yeah. Any words on this?
So are you trying to say that Andrew's trying to put the facade that he's still with their Rakadushi? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. I think I think Andrew is a switch hitter. He's gonna go whichever way is gonna allow him to stay alive the longest. Hell, he ain't got nothing to go out there for except for maybe his son, which he doesn't seem to care about. But his wife dead. So he feel like he ain't got nothing out there. If the FBI people gonna end up dead anyway, because it seems like Brian and Malcolm gonna either end up dead or being tortured. Why not say, well, if I don't have no way out, let me just go ahead and make them believe that I was still trying to say. I don't know. It's just a conspiracy theory. I can be completely wrong.
No, but
I can't explain it.
What I'm saying is I would agree with that if he was still in the compound. You know what I mean? But he was out of the compound. He was, he was at the old folks. He was at the old folks' house. So at that point, all he had to do was hotwire that car or kill the sheriff, and he would have been out of there. So it made no sense.
But you just told us with Paula that it was nowhere to go for miles and miles and miles. How is he up
Andrew knows how to go.
Yes.
I don't even know how to shoot the gun. How does he know how to go so well?
Andrew knows how to go all the way back to DC or wherever Mac is. Andrew knows.
Yes. I don't trust anything about Andrew. I don't trust that he knows how to do anything.
No, I don't trust him either, but he knows directions. You know what I mean? He knows how to look up at the North Star and all that good stuff and make a little compass.
Star. Wow.
Shadow. I'm just saying that he knows more than Paula. That's all I'm saying. Come on now. He knows more than Paula.
He had time to go catch Sarah in the middle of the night with Malcolm, so he knows exactly how to go get far away.
Yes.
So
he was out of the compound. He was out.
So the Daikon finds River. It's the morning time now. Daikon went and found River. River's Daikon says River wouldn't show him none of the hiding place. He took him around in circles and circles and circles. River say, listen, I ain't showing you nothing. These guys not gonna like it if I tell. They coming after me, and I gotta walk around with these people. I don't care about you, Daikon. Daikon said, you're gonna have to give me something. You're gonna have to give it up. Manny comes and says that they found Andrew at the house belonging to the old people. Now, in the Tyler Perry world, everything is drawn out and stretched out. You know what I'm saying? Hell, or have not. Tow Truck Dick Benny was in the hospital for a whole season. Do y'all remember season 2 when Tow Truck Dick Benny was in the hospital the entire season? Like, spent the whole season laid out. So I was wondering how y'all so quickly found Andrew. Like, that was real quick and convenient for me. We still ain't found Paula. The people still don't know about Lilo. Like, it's a lot of things just being drawn out. But this one, y'all just magically made happen real fast. I don't know your thoughts. I found that real convenient.
Well, they have been looking for Andrew for a while. I mean, not as long as, like you said, a whole season, but at least 5 or 6 of the last episodes, Andrew has started disappearing anyway, walking around the compound and just absent. Nobody knew where he was. So shout out to the one and only soldier that figured out where he was.
And then for me, it was the whole, like you said, we'd have been 5 or 6 episodes now with Andrew missing. And within a matter of 10 minutes, now we done found him, and now y'all got him on the back of the ATV. Like, it was so anticlimactic. Like, I really wanted something like a big standoff or something.
And that's the thing for me. I hope I ain't stepping on nobody's toes by talking, but that's the thing for me. Andrew, bruh, you got a whole freaking gun with a whole bunch of bullets in it. And you want to sit back and talk first?
And so that means he probably was looking at them. Like, was he not look? It looked like he was looking at them.
In an angle where he could actually see them, and
so if you could see them, and they could, bro, you could have took some of them out.
So that was the drag. That was the drag on.
Like,
yeah, there's no way he should have got caught.
He messed up with the sheriff. He messed up here with the
Daikon and Manny.
I'm just like, bruh, every time we turn around, you got to be the worst FBI agent. Anyway,
or he has had a mental breakdown and trying to work through it at the wrong time. Because just like we started off in the very beginning talking about, his wife is dead, Tally gone. He don't know who to trust. He's responsible for saving all of his fellow agents. He got a lot on him. He has had no sleep, y'all. He has not been asleep since he killed Sarah, or since he allegedly killed Sarah.
Well, he getting some rest now.
So he definitely gets some.
Right. So they get on the ATVs, right? They go to get Andrew. The interracial couple see them, and they just naked in the front of this complex, washing it down, just butt naked. We just here in the middle of the woods, bathing. Where they got this water from, I don't know. I don't know where this water magically came from that they're using to bathe with.
They could have had canteens of water. They could have had jugs of water. That's what I'm gonna chalk it off as.
I didn't see them whip that in them bags, but you might be right. We're reaching just like the cooler that's not plugged up.
Important spot. I've been in the field. Watch the important spot.
A whole bath, monkey bath, whole bath. So,
oh, but wait a minute. The abs and the everything on
White Boy.
Now you got me thinking like that.
Tika, oh my gosh, Tika, really?
Welcome to the dark side. Welcome to the dark side.
Tika, no.
Welcome to the dark side.
Hey, listen, you see my shirt? It's got instant rainbow, right? So there's no barriers to any colors that I like.
Listen, I'm just one thing we know about Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry can cast some men. If Tyler Perry don't do nothing else, now the writing sometimes these are not to be desired. But casting of the male roles, baby, you gonna have something to look at. He's never gonna let you down. He's always gonna bring his A game.
Like he makes sure El Teddy, like he makes sure he's there. Like, I'm here for this one. Okay, this one. This one, no, not him.
Yep, no, not you, nah.
You know we don't need you here for this. No, I'm here.
He did good. I don't give it a
So we see Elder Mother and Zayn, right? So Elder Mother is talking to Zayn. They sitting outside and she tells Zayn about what happened with Andrew the night before deserting them. And so Zayn is still pouring it on thick. Yes, Elder Mother. Yeah, she pouring it on real thick. Elder Mother says, listen, we about to go to the punishment trailer. We need to go help Lacey. And I love this dynamic with Zayn, though. I love her just pouring it on. Just feeding into Elder Mother's ego. Just feeding into it, because I think once she heard that whole thing about her kids and her disowning her kids, and she know that's a sore spot for Elder Mother, she's going to play on that.
I don't blame her. Good for you, Zayn. Good for you.
Yeah, Zayn is not as clueless as we think. She's
I
just
think it just took her some time to come around.
exactly. Yeah.
Um, River is still prancing around in these fatigues. Like Joan even sees him and starts laughing. Like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing, River? What are you doing?
Because he
What are
looked
you
like
doing?
Gomer Powell. Hat tip on the
Right,
side, uniform too big.
right. Like, bro, what are you doing?
He
So,
tried.
River says he thinks that they found Andrew because he saw them leaving. He also said, Joan tells him that they're supposed to go to the bank. Um, and so River tells him that, tells Joan that, the highest might not be up yet because he been in his trailer all night getting pegged by like I don't know how this is working out. I mean, he might be fucking her, but you can't tell me he ain't got a strap on or two somewhere around there where she be pegging him. I'm just saying, the man said he like to be touched.
But
You know,
that was his first woman, quote unquote. That was his first woman. And sometimes when you get something new, you like to make sure you use it.
I ain't mad at it. Get it how you live. Get it how you live. So Joan, now here was the weird part to me. So Joan walks away from River, right? Joan sees the interracial couple that's peeking through the hole in the thing. Now here's my question, interracial couple. Y'all have been told or y'all believe that this was paradise. This was so great. I'm sure, because in my brain, I'm thinking that the reason that the title for this episode is dilapidated is when y'all look in to really see the compound and look in that hole, I know that shit looks real dilapidated. Like, what in the world? It's no way you could have still been like, oh, everything's great. We just want to be here. And that conversation between Joan and them was mm, real suspect.
Rehearsed.
Mm-hmm.
Rehearsed. The things that they were saying, like they
Mm-hmm.
to it's as if they were told, okay, you got to say this and you got to make this impression on the people that make them really think you want to be here.
And then River saw this, and River was like, girl, don't you think you need to be reminding them that they don't want to be here? She was like, oh, I know. Mm-mm. Something don't sound right. Down to the punishment trailer. Elder mother and Zayn are there with Lacey. Now, Ashy Booty Oliver is still laid on the floor. You know, laid on the floor next to. They got this man laid out with the Ashley Booty. Laid out. It's so funny to me every time I see it.
They ain't got no. They don't have lotion on the Rocky Beach compound.
Apparently.
They got that only last so long.
So, but here's the deal. Zayn played that part. She was like, quiet deserter.
Yeah.
Call her elder mother. Like she is really playing this part. I was like, get it. Like I was here for Zayn on this part. So Zayn does all these things when she's yelling at Lacey, and they take Lacey out of there so they can go get her stitched up, or whatnot. Down to the old folks' home. Daikon and the other men arrive. Daikon calls the sheriff on the phone, who's still inside with the girl. The sheriff makes his way. I say, listen, y'all handle that. I'm going to keep getting me some of this good in my in my car. I ain't got time for what y'all got going on. And so then after that, he sent two of the men in. Andrew magically was able to fire the gun to shoot them men, but then couldn't fire the gun to shoot Daikon and Manny, who was right there. Manny lights this bow and start then and fires it into the house so the house can start catching on fire, and then they throw a grenade in. Like it was so Andrew. I was like Andrew,
He had
and
the
Andrew
gun
come
and
out.
didn't even use it. He had the gun and didn't even use it. All I could do was shake my head because
Like I have no explanation. I have no explanation for what.
Sketchy. That's the explanation. Sketchy. That's the explanation.
That's just
yeah,
what you call
I'm,
it. That's
I'm
just
starting
Sketchy,
to.
sketchy.
I'm really starting to believe you, Jeff. That
yeah.
Back
He's real
in
sketchy.
the day, wishy-washy, etchy sketchy from back in the day. I told you.
right.
Yep. So then we see Lacey laid out in some other trailer, getting stitched up, screaming. Um, Elder Mother takes some vinegar and pours it on there. Takes some salt and pours it on there. She just screaming, screaming. And then Elder Mother tells Zayn, because Zayn's still playing the character. Quiet, deserter.
And
Quiet.
she pours the salt.
As she poured the salt, Elder Mother tells Zayn, listen, I need you to watch her while I'm gone. Nah, give me these keys because I need to make sure y'all don't mess around. Elder Mother ain't as dumb as people give her credit. Nah, give me these keys. I ain't gonna. Nah, I'm gonna let Daikon not be able to control his people. My people, I got. Let Daikon not be able to control his people. So when Elder Mother leaves, though, she apologizes to Lacey and reassures Lacey, listen, I'm on her side. Lacey ain't even trying to hear. Lacey is like, listen, I'm in pain. I don't want to be here. Get me out of here. Kill me now. Kill me now. Uh, and so Lacey finally tells her about what happened with her and Oliver, how Oliver died. So I don't know. Any thoughts?
Lacey, Zayn is now broken. She has been broken since Paula left because her friends were leaving her. But she is literally broken to the point where I think it's time for Zayn to start retaliating. She's
I don't think she's there yet because she did say that she's starting to get Elder Mother's trust. I do think she will get to that point where she's gonna start to. I don't know if this will speed up that process, but I think she knows enough about Elder Mother to know you can't rush that process because if Elder Mother sniff anything out, bitch, you might get slapped out again.
right. But did they have to have did Elder Mother, do she ever wash her hands? Because you sewing up, stitching up people with your bare
Mhm.
hands, not one glove on, not and just your stitch gonna look all crazy because it's wide over here, close over here. What kind
Now,
of
you
nurse?
know what I think? Remember what we talked about at the beginning of this? I could see later down Elder Mother passing along to Zayn how to make the food.
Yeah, that would probably be the only person.
I could see that. I could see Elder Mother doing that. And if Ruth is smart and Ruth sees that Zayn is getting good with Elder Mother, that could be her way of getting that information from Elder Mother.
That's true. That's good. That's
That will work out.
that would work. That would really work.
That would really work out. So where am I at? Down to the kitchen trailer. Joan is preparing food for the men, and Elder Mother come in. Elder Mother tells Joan about Andrew, even though she already knew. Elder Mother says she's looking forward to this pregnancy to see if Ruth is really pregnant. She's still holding on to this pregnancy test. I still need the men to go and get the pregnancy test. And Joan is like, "Do you really not think she's pregnant? Like girl, girl, let it go." Joan tell Elder Mother, listen, I just be over here minding my own business. I ain't got this type of time. I be over here minding my business. Um, but she did tell Elder Mother, Ruth was with the highest all last night.
She
Hmm
made sure she do that.
She was with him all night. So he probably still. You don't need to go ahead and make that breakfast just yet. He's still asleep.
Is there anywhere Joan can't go? Because she's like, 'cause when you think about it, anybody just can't be in that kitchen cooking. And I think that's so cool because I love exchanges between Joan and Elder Mother. But when she was in there cooking, I'm just like, I'm surprised Elder Mother didn't say anything. But
Well, now that Mother Agnes ain't there no more, She dead.
But
Yeah, a lot of the
and
kids,
Mother Agnes never was she in the, did she ever go in the kitchen?
Yeah. Mother Agnes used to be in there cooking with her.
yeah,
Oh,
she's good with her a couple of times.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Now we ain't seen that other
or they just drank together.
yeah.
we ain't seen that other mother though. The one that tried to get
Right.
elder mother together that time. I don't know where she at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not yet, not yet. We haven't seen
Seen
her.
her yet. The one who be with the kids. That's the one who be with the kids.
Yeah.
Now Zayn goes and talks to River. Zayn tells River what happened to Oliver and Lacey. Then all of a sudden she just like flipped out. She just couldn't do it. She was like, get away from me, get away from me, get away from me. I don't want to talk about it. Get away from me, get away from me. I'm like, oh. Like I think she feels like some of this is her fault. I don't know how, but I just feel like in her brain, she might feel like some of this is her fault, even though I don't think it is.
She's I don't know. I think Zayn. I mean, I keep saying this. She's breaking down.
Yeah.
It's just bits and pieces of things are breaking her down to where eventually we will get a different Zayn.
Yeah, I think she's gonna become very deadly. Like I think Zayn is gonna turn into like somebody who you don't want to mess around with.
Yeah.
She's gonna end up being the ruthless one.
Right.
She's gonna end up being the real ruthless one.
See it. I can see it.
The men bring Andrew back to the camp. The interracial couple asks, "What's happening? What's going on?" And Daikon lies and says, "Oh well, we found this drunk man and we helping rehabilitate him and helping get him back, from his drunkenness." Like really, and they believe to that because you had to tie the drunken man up and throw him on the back of an ATV.
They didn't believe that. That just goes to show that we know that they're not two random people. That just
Right. They did talk to Daikon about how the wife lost the baby. I think she said she lost 2 babies or 1 baby.
I think it was one. I think it was one, and the husband's family don't like her because she's
and the husband family got a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
The husband family got money. Malcolm goes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say 2 or 3 of the key ways of entering into the Raku kingdom. You got you come from money. You got a sad story. You coming with somebody.
So, Malcolm goes to Yancey's trailer. I'm gonna bus. All the bus is gonna be Yancey bus. I don't care if you show me you on the bus. To me, it's Yancey bus. Shout out to my boy Yancey. May he rest in peace. I saw Yancey out and about somewhere. I thought that was his boyfriend that he was with.
Probably.
It made it just be just a friend, but I thought that was because they were real lovey dovey. But I was like, oh, that's Yancey.
Zach Graves, he got somebody. Zach Graves, he had somebody.
Oh, okay. So then that might have been his boyfriend.
It might have been.
I was like, look at him. They was all cute and stuff.
It's not like he keep it a secret.
Oh no, he's very open about it. He's very open about it. But I didn't know if that was just his friend because sometimes you just hanging out with your friend. It might not be your boo.
Right.
That might have been his boo. The way they was like, they weren't hugged up or anything, but I felt like between their interaction, it looked like that was his boo. I was like, there goes my chances. Damn it.
And his six-pack are sick. His six-pack is everything.
Listen, his whole body. Have you seen his body? Like, I'm like, oh, bro. Do you live in the gym?
Listen.
Like, come out the gym.
Listen, I don't care who you dating. You fine.
So then, so Manny goes in there. Malcolm goes in there. He hides underneath the bed. Malcolm and Lewis come in there because they need some rest. So they go in there. They need some rest. They never see Manny. So then we get to the highest trailer. Daikon comes in there. Ruth is riding the maker stick. Riding it. Let me ride that donkey. Let me ride that donkey. Daikon tells him that they found Andrew. Tyrone. That's what I'm going to call it now. He ain't the highest now. He Tyrone. What's going on, Terrence? What's going on, T? He is Tyrone now. He ain't the highest. And Tyrone tells Daikon, you stay here and watch us fuck. Now, I said to myself, this was a punishment for Daikon. He knew Daikon wasn't going to like that. He knew he didn't have any evidence that her and Daikon had fucked, but he believes wholeheartedly her and Daikon had fucked. And so he was like, come get some of this. You going to sit down, you going to watch it. Because he was like, I owe you already. I already owe you. Yeah, you finna get this, bruh. It went on from there. That episode went on from there. Thoughts?
You could have bought Daikon for a penny.
Say again, Miss Jeanette.
I said you could have bought Daikon for a penny when he walked in and saw that.
Yeah, Daikon was upset. Bruh was so upset. Like, bro was he was crying.
The thing I don't understand is with Daikon, he's a strategic person, but when it comes to Ruth, like I said in the past, he doesn't understand that Ruth doesn't have a choice. Like, does he really want her just to say no? I'm not having sex with you, the highest. Like, he acts as though that Ruth has a choice, which she really doesn't. You know, whether she enjoys it or not, she really doesn't have a choice, and I don't understand why Daikon doesn't see that.
Now, we start episode 15 called The Pencil Sharpener. We learned what that was.
Right.
Where we left off with the highest still got Ruth. I'm sorry, Tyrone got Ruth on the maker stick. Okay. And so the highest tells Ruth to let Daikon fuck her. And Ruth was like, no, this is your pussy. I said, you know what? She took me out when she said, this is your pussy. I said, it just sounded so weird to me. I don't know why. I was like, okay, Ruth, okay. And so Daikon says he ain't like seeing that because you belong to me. That booty is mine. He said, no, I don't like either because you belong to me. And Ruth was like, he belonged to all of us. And that's why I want Daikon was saying that booty belongs to me. Sorry, sis, that belongs to me. So then Daikon asked Ruth to leave. As Ruth is getting dressed, the highest makes Daikon get naked. The highest looks at Daikon meat. Look at your maker stick. I just love the way they say maker stick.
Right.
And he tells Daikon to touch her.
Turn on.
And he says, touch her. And she says, no. And he slaps her. She slaps him twice. And she said, no one would touch her but him. And she finished getting dressed and tell Daikon to get dressed and she leaves. He was turned on. Daikon was hot. After Ruth left, the highest and Daikon, they talked about what Ruth did and how much the highest liked it. And she's a god like me, really. And then he talked. And now the only weird part in this with Daikon and the highest was when he started talking about how she taught him how to eat her box. And how he had this whole giddy thing about him. He was giddy about that whole eat her box thing. That thing made me laugh. And then Daikon just brought him up to speed on how they caught Andrew and everything. And and the fact that he talked to the people from the gate and the fact that they got money. So what did y'all feel about this scene with this whole situation with Daikon, Ruth, and the highest?
A portion of it for me got real intense when the highest, told Ruth to do something, and then she was like, I'm not doing it. So he slapped her, then she slapped him twice. And the whole thing was like, is Daikon gonna try to jump on her for hitting the highest? But the highest was like, I like it. Like, so just that little part right there with the going back and forth with the fighting and all of that, that was intense for me. All I can say, and I love Daikon, Lenny, but that's what your ass get for not knocking on doors. You knocked up, you walked in. The man I told you literally 3 times in the same episode, not before entering. You walked in, you saw that, you had to sit down looking like you about to run to the car and cry.
She did.
And then everything is revealed. So now it's almost like Ruth don't have to hide the fact that, you know, even though it's kind of revealed a little earlier, but now she doesn't have to hide the fact that she's sleeping with the highest. Daikon don't have to hide the fact from Ruth that that's her D, that's his D. And the highest don't have to hide the fact from either one of them. Now y'all know this is what it is. I did think that it was gonna lead to a threesome, but Ruth had to make it no. I don't want anybody else touching me, because had she said, okay, let's do it, the highest would have probably tried to crucify both of them. Right. Oh, I knew y'all been doing this all along. So
I can agree with that.
It was just a little that was a little intense. For me anyway.
Right, because remember, the women can't do anything unless they having a coronation and stuff with the 7 men.
Right. Yep.
So Ruth goes to the kitchen trailer to tell Elder Mother that the highest is ready for his breakfast. That's when Elder Mother went into this whole tirade. Did he touch your belly? Did he pray for the baby? Really?
I can't wait to see it, guys.
I think Elder Mother serves a purpose for me. Ruth tells her, do not go to the highest to try to make him doubt whether or not I'm pregnant. Don't go over there with this food. Don't go over there. It's gonna be me and you.
Right.
And I like that Ruth did finally say, listen, I know you think whatever you think, don't be going over there trying to make him feel like I ain't pregnant. It's gonna be me and you now. You don't want this kind of smoke. She did, you know, put her line in the sand with Elder Mother right now. Hey, I've been with him all night. He ain't gonna never be with you all night. Right. That's what I would have said. I was sliding to make a stick all night. Have you ever slid to make a stick? That's what I would have said.
I get that. Oh.
So Joan then, we see Joan meets up with Ruth after Ruth left the kitchen trailer. And Joan asks Ruth if she thinks the highest will let her come with them, because Joan's still scared that the highest gonna try and run off with money. And Ruth's like, hey, stupid bitch. Like, that's literally how she was trying to say, like, why would he run off with the money if y'all, how much money we supposed to get? $3 million? Why would he run off with $150K? Make it make sense. That's what she basically said, like, come on now. Come on, Joan. You got to do better. Do better. So, and then Ruth tells Joan, which I'm glad she said, listen, you need to be trying to find out where he gonna keep this money. Now you worried about what I got going on. You don't even know where the money gonna be held at. And we need to know that more than anything else. Which was a great point. Like, you ain't even doing your part. Let me worry about my part.
Right.
You worry about your part, okay? Right. So
that part right there for me, it just wasn't believable. I felt like, I don't know why I felt like Joan was. I felt like Joan was like dumbing herself down for some reason, because as a person over the finances, that's gonna be the first place. Like, where's this money going to, and where's it coming from? And I just felt like she was. I don't know what it is, but she was dumbing herself down for some reason.
But it could go back to the interracial couple. Yeah, it could be all.
I don't want to believe it, but I believe it. Yeah.
We finally get to see Brian and Andrew in the other punishment trailer. Both of them sitting there naked next to each other, just looking good, sweat and blood glinting out all off their body. I'm just saying, there was a lot going on in that punishment trailer. Praise God. Woo. I'm sorry. At a moment, the punishment trailer is it punishment. Anyway, so they in there. Brian tells Andrew that Daikon killed them. Brian blames Andrew for not giving them a gun, which he had every right to do. He wasn't wrong. He was not wrong. You gave Lacey a gun. You gave who can't even use it. You gave Malcolm a gun who also couldn't use it.
Now, initially he went to. I will say this. Initially, he went to look for Oliver with that gun. That's who he thought he was going to be able to get that gun to. Now, why he left that gun with Lacey, I'm beyond.
Like, bruh.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He was going to go look for Oliver. He was, but Oliver got the ashy booty laid out on the floor.
Right.
Oh boy. Andrew reminds Brian that Malcolm is still out there and that's their only chance. He tells he said, "Isn't he dead?" Well, I shot him with the adrenaline shot and could have punctured his lungs, you know. But and then Brian has Andrew promise. He said, if we get the chance, promise me that you'll let me kill Daikon. Really? Anyway, River shows Zayn the pencil sharpener, and he showed her how to use it. And he says, he used it one time on this man that was trying to rape him. And the thing, to me, that thing seemed real thick to me for you to just be shoving up in you. I mean, I guess it probably, you know.
Listen,
I feel like
we could push out babies. We could.
Yeah, I know, but no. I'm talking about the river. I ain't talking about you ain't pushing out babies out the booty shoot. But my thing about it is
that whole stretch too.
It does. We've got going a lot of places. But here's the deal. I feel like the way it was made, if that's like it looked like some kind of rubber or silicone.
Like silicone?
Right. If you smash those razor blades together, I feel like they were cut through the silicone. Now I could be wrong.
So I think the silicone was actually thicker than the length of the blades. That's because it was a thick silicone. So I think the silicone is thicker, thicker than the length of the blade. I'm guessing.
But what I'm saying is, if the blades have to be
right.
Whatever. It's we just go with it, okay? Just like we go with the cooler that ain't plugged in nowhere.
I'll make one and have one ready for y'all next week.
Yeah, I need you to have one. Don't cut yourself.
I'm not gonna be using it. I'm just going.
I don't want you to cut yourself.
I'm gonna have to Google that up to see.
But River said he used to shove it up his booty shoot. That's because that man was raping him. She took it though. She had all that stuff to say. She still took it. Anyway, Daikon goes to see Ruth in her trailer. I didn't understand this whole scene. Like, for me, you went in that trailer to see Ruth for what? Daikon tells her that he and the highest love each other and we don't need you. And she was like, really? Because it seems like he need me. We love each other. Ruth tries to manipulate Daikon, and Daikon ain't here for it. I don't even know at that point why she was even trying to talk Daikon into anything, because at that point, Daikon was incensed. Like, I could see she was trying to work Daikon, and Daikon wasn't hearing no parts of it. Bitch, I ain't trying to hear it. You fucking my man. I ain't here for it. You know, that's just kind of how I felt he was at that point. But I didn't feel there was a need for him to go there.
Well, he was going there because he was hurting, you know, because he does like Ruth, you know what I mean? So it wasn't just the fact that he's in love with the highest, but now two people that he genuinely likes are together and he's not in the loop anymore. You know what I mean? So now he doesn't even know how to feel. So he went there. I just felt like he was rambling, but you know, he didn't know how to feel, and he was expressing it to her. He's pissed off. He's pissed off at the wrong person, actually, but he's pissed off.
But I feel like Daikon is calculated enough. He
No.
could have been more strategic.
Not when it comes
but
to
like
Ruth.
you say, Jeff, whenever it comes to Ruth, it goes all out the window. Like I feel like had it been anybody else, he would have came up with some type of masterful plan to really come at them. But for magically with Ruth. Now the dumbest question in the world that he asked her when he came in there was, "How did you do that?" Remember when she asked her, "How did he do that? How did she do that? Make his dick hard?" Like, bro, it's simple math here.
It get hard.
I mean,
she got the magic touch. But when he also went into the room. He didn't know. He didn't know. He got so close to her. He didn't know if he wanted to touch her, hit her, whatever.
Because I thought she wanted him to fuck her. Because she was like, if you gonna do it, go ahead and get it over with.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna fuck her.
Look like so. I'm like, she was like, just go and do what you want to do. But he didn't like Jeff was saying. He was all over the place. He was hurt. He in love. He battling between her making him feel good or her making the highest feel good, and how can you make the highest feel good the way that you make me feel good? So he battling a whole lot of stuff.
Apparently. So back on Yancey Bus, it's always gonna be Yancey Bus. Shout out to Yancey. Malcolm tries to grab the gun. He tries to grab Manny's gun, and Manny wakes up and grabs his gun before Malcolm is able to get the gun. He goes and gets Lewis and says, "We need to go out to the post." So Malcolm still only got the handgun. They go out the bus, and here's Daikon waiting for them. He said, "Did y'all get some rest? Good, because we got shit to do." And he tells them to go find Malcolm and dispose of Oliver's body. Now, I'm not going to fault them for not seeing Malcolm on Yancey's bus, because they would have no reason to believe that Malcolm was on Yancey's bus. However, the same way y'all was around here looking for Andrew, y'all didn't think it was a good idea to go look for Malcolm? Because if he is dead, where is the body? They had to put the body somewhere. The body went with Andrew because y'all got Andrew. So where's the body?
I don't know. They wrote him off as being like half dead, and he couldn't gotten that far. I think that's what they said.
But you need to go secure his location. I don't know. That just rang in my head.
I told you, poor soldiers.
You're right.
That's it.
Joan went to go see. Hold on. Joan went to go see. Oh boy, what am I doing? I was trying to fix Jeanette's mic. Jeanette, your mic working? I don't know. It says muted. I don't know. Oh. Anyway, Joan goes to the highest to go see if he'd dressed his best. And Joan looked good. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Joan, girl, I was like, I see you, Joan. I see you, man. She was looking good. Joan had the cleavage showing and everything. The hair was good. I said, I see you, Joan. I see you. The highest came out looking all dapper and everything. They checked each other out. I'm like, okay, I see y'all. Joan said, I just wanted to make sure you was all right. I'm just making sure. He said, I'm here. I got it together.
He was proud of that suit.
So she left to go get her bags. And as soon as she walked out, here come River. Always at the wrong time. River always walking in at the wrong and most inopportune time. So they walk where am I at? Oh, River's over there. Oh, you look so great. How about these glasses?
Oh, they look so good. They won't be able to take you. He be doing too much, River. River, you doing too much. Entirely too much. So they lead the highest trailer, and then after they leave the highest trailer, there's Jeanette. She came back. Okay.
But can I say that that's River's job to cater to the highest's ego?
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
that's why the highest keeps him around, because he's always hyping him up on the littlest things.
Hey, Spicy Original. Hey, Boo. So they walk out, and Daikon is there, and Daikon said, "Hey, I'll be driving. I ain't gonna leave this up to chance. I am not gonna leave this up to chance, and I will be driving y'all. Who's gonna take care of this? Manny and Lewis." And in my mind, I was like, because even the highest was like, really, really, because that's your ass when they fuck up.
Yep. Yep.
A mess. They ain't did nothing right this whole time. All night long, they did a goddamn thing right, and now you willing to leave this up to them. A mess. It's your funeral. So they drive off in this. That's an old school Rolls Royce. Like that's a Rolls Royce from '74. Like, cause did you see how the rearview mirror was? Like I could tell cause how the rearview mirror was. That's an old school Rolls Royce, like real old school, like before we was born.
It was clean though. Wasn't it clean?
It was clean though. It was clean though. I ain't gonna lie. That's what made it even nicer. The fact that it was an old school way. It came from real money, vintage and shit.
It could have belonged to Marva. She had a little something before she
Oh, that was Marva's?
No, I'm just assuming.
Oh.
I'm just saying because they get everything they get from somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was that thing was clean though. It was clean. So they drive out, and here come the interracial couple. And he sees them, they all enamored. Oh my God. The wife can't even talk. I was like, you know what? Now y'all really trying. She's so overwhelmed. She can't talk.
In her defense, I mean, even if they are legit, anybody that's on that compound is kind of cuckoo, you know what I mean? And they all want to worship the highest. So that's believable to me for someone who believes in that sort of thing, in that cult life, who's looking for that. And they all are kind of off. That's why they're at the compound. So,
well, she played her part very well.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she was, like you say, just if their mind is out there, then
that's what I'm thinking.
It's almost like seeing, you know how people act when they see the Pope. They try to compare the Pope to like a God, and so that's pretty much how they were treating the highest. Oh, it's the highest is the highest. He wants us to stay here. Blah blah blah. So they was just giving him that role of all hail the highest, and he was eating it up.
Yeah, and he tells them when he'll talk to them when he gets back. River talks to Ruth, and he tells her about the couple. Ruth clocked them right away. Ruth said, "Bitch, you don't see what the fuck is going on?" Ruth said, "Do you not know that this bitch uses the internet every day, and the highest lets her? You don't think they could have talked?" Ruth had to clock that whole thing, from Front Street. I said, "Ooh."
I mean, Ruth has never liked Jones. Just to put it out there, I mean, Ruth made valid points, but I don't want it coming from Ruth because Ruth is biased. She never liked Jones.
I mean, but you're biased too because you like Jones.
Huh?
You're biased too because you like Jones.
Yeah, but not for that reason. I mean, I like her character. You know what I mean? I like her character, and it's evolved, and there's more to her. And like I was saying, I think Ruth is planting that seed in the River's head also, like, oh man, I mean, which she could be right, but I don't believe it.
I'm with Ruth 1,000% on this. 1,000%. I believe it. It's too many coincidences. You got access to the internet. These people magically showed up after all these years. I don't buy it. The highest tells Daikon before they drive off, tell the men to tell elder mother to bring these the interracial couple some food. You know what that means. And and so then we see one of the soldiers go and tell elder mother that the highest wants her to prepare a meal for the couple. And he told her this because she didn't even know they was there. And he was like, yeah, these are people who want to join. So you know what that means in her brain. Oh, they want to join. And you know she gonna cook up something good for her. She went out there. He said, help me go and talk to them. So he helped her go to the front gate. I wonder if they went straight to the front gate because you know how elder mother is. She's gonna get her a little good with the soldiers.
Don't do my boy Josiah like that.
You mean elder mother? Elder mother is good for elder mother is gonna get her some. Elder mother gonna say take off them clothes.
Oh my God!
I ain't mad at it.
I'm gonna ask TJ Jackson, did he and elder mother Marvel take a stop?
Please ask him.
Ask him.
Please ask him. So then we see Manny stops Zayn and tells her to get on the bus with him. And she said, oh, I gotta go help elder mother. I'm supposed to be over here helping elder mother. I ain't got time for this right now. So he lets her go, but he says, don't worry. We will have time for this. Don't worry. I'm gonna have my time with you. And said they only wanted to stay a few months to learn the highest teaching. Y'all see that comment? Let me put it up.
Yep.
The new couple talked among themselves and said that they wanted to stay a few months to learn from the highest. They did say that, but you know it never goes that way. It never goes that way.
Nope.
So then elder mother goes to talk to the couple. And if she didn't do her own reenactment of Ludacris, how low can you go? Because baby, they tried about go deeper. Deeper. Like, I think it would be lower and not deeper. Because when you talk about it, the last time somebody said go deeper, they was laid out in bed or somewhere. I'm just saying, elder mother.
But
and we know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was about to say we know her proclivities, and you know she probably when white boy get in there, she gonna see white boy shirtless and probably want to get some the white boy's maker stick. I'm just saying. Go ahead. I'm sorry I cut you off.
It's okay. No, I was just gonna say, since when has anybody even bowed to Elder Mother Marvel?
Right.
They offered though. I think they offered.
They ask, are we supposed to bow? And
yeah.
Like, yeah, bow. Like, you know, good well nobody don't bow to you.
Right.
But that was her moment.
That was her, give her her moment. And she did kind of reassure that she said, yes, I'm sure the highest will invite you in. After you get that food. So then we got the pencil sharpener moment. Zayn winning that good Yancey bus. This is the Yancey bus. This is, you know, like the kidnapper vans when we was little, the windowless kidnapper van. This is the sexual assault bus. Because remember, Yancey tried to get
Tally.
And now he did get Tally on that bus.
Yeah.
And now we got Zayn and Manny.
Yep.
Manny ain't taking no for an answer. Zayn is trying to, you know, talk to him. Baby, he ain't taking no for an answer. She bust him in the head with a pipe. And he was like, really? Girl, you gonna get me this. And now here's the deal. The moment those razor blades hit your penis, you don't have enough strength, energy, nothing to even worry about. Because remember, he still tried to grab Zayn and talk to her. Baby, when that thing chops the meat, you are laid out on the floor, prostrate before the Lord, bleeding out, thinking about the last seconds of your life. You ain't got time to be worried about what Zayn got going on. I'm just saying. But she had that pencil sharpener waiting for her. Thoughts?
He got what he deserved.
I agree.
He been messing with that girl.
Yes.
And there's no telling who else he's been messing with.
Remember, he stabbed Melinda to death.
Oh, yeah.
He killed Melinda.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad for him. You fine as hell. He is fine as hell, though. God damn. Like, Zayn, you could have just did it willingly because he is fine.
Yeah, if he had wooed her as if like,
right.
let me be
because even River was like, you mean the fine one? Remember when you first saw River? Yeah. And he was like, the fine one? Like, girl, do you see him? Child. Girl. So then when next thing we know, Zayn leaves the bus, and then we see Ruth walking by. Malcolm is magically off the bus now and snatches her up and points the gun at her. And it goes off from there. What you think Malcolm finna do with Ruth?
I mean, they gonna end up working together. I mean, I think it's gonna be a quick exchange. This happened. They're gonna end up working together. Nothing's gonna come of that. I think they're gonna be working together.
Okay.
I have hopes.
I have hopes, and huh?
I was just gonna say, even if I don't want absolutely nothing at all to happen to Malcolm, but even if something happens to Malcolm, he will at least be able to get Andrew and Brian free some kind of way.
I don't think he's gonna get them free.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
No faith that he's gonna get them free.
I have faith in him now because, well, I mean, he was pegged out where they tried to peg him out as a loser, drunk, whatever. You know, I always knew there was more to him, but now he can be that dark horse. You know what I mean? From the ashes, like a phoenix. You know what I mean?
I have no faith that he's going to be able to save them.
I do.
Go, Jeff. I'm sorry.
No. I was just gonna say I do because now he knows what's going. I mean, he had an idea what was going on, but now he's experienced it. He's not under the influence. You know what I mean? Now we can see those skills into play because Andrew, he let us down. You know what I mean? So now it's time for Malcolm to shine. I want to see what type of plan he comes up with. I want to see how strategic he is. This is his time.
You wish it on the star.
Absolutely. No. I want it to be his time. I definitely need it to be.
All of them have let us down.
Once upon a time, Malcolm was not always the bad guy. He was trusted by Mac. And he just got on the drugs and started acting a fool, messing with everybody, women. But if y'all remember when Andrew pulled him out of that cooler, he told him thank you. He was like, thank you. Even though Andrew was like, man, fuck you. But he was still, thank you for basically you saving my life. And to me, at that point, I saw that Malcolm wanted to live because prior to that, Malcolm was just like, I don't care. If
I don't think that Malcolm, I'm not saying Malcolm is going to betray them. I think he's going to try to save them. I don't think he's going to be successful. That's what I think. I think he's going to try. I don't know that he's going to be successful.
I mean, when you say save them, you mean get them off the compound, or like
just at least get them out of that trailer?
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Just at least get them out the trailer. Now
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be able to even get them out of the trailer. I think Malcolm's going to make some moves. Either he's going to get. He has an opportunity right now because Daikon is going and the highest is going. So he does, and you got Tweedledee and Tweedledum at the helm.
So nobody's running. Nobody's running it.
So there is the possibility.
Yeah.
And it was kind of an ominous thing when the Hyatt said, "It's your funeral. You want to leave these two yahoos in charge?" That's on you.
And that was a dumb move right there. Like what?
And you left these people there, the interracial couple.
Yeah. See?
For all we know, they got all kinds of makeshift AKs in their book bags. Hell,
Right.
y'all telling me they had jugs of water to take baths with.
And they'll
So
tell you,
they might have all types of artillery and an arsenal in the book bag. Them some big book bags.
well, El Teddy, not just that, like Tika said earlier, we don't even know where that big van truck went. And it looked like it was kind of
Exactly.
padded on the inside. So they don't know what was in there, who was in there.
That's
They
right.
pulled off to the side. They could still be, in the area. You know what I mean? So they don't know. That was sloppy right there. That was very sloppy.
sloppy.
Hmm.
Well, that was the 4th episode. We made it through the 4 in 2.5 hours, y'all. I didn't know this was a marathon, but it was good though. I will say that they don't came back with a vengeance with the episodes. Now they have came back with some good episodes. Episode 15 was real good. Episode 15 was real good. I want to see what's gonna happen next week. Now that like they say, when the cat is out, the mice will play. And the highest and Daikon is gone and Joan gone. So what that means is River ain't got his conscience, because Joan usually try to keep River together. They ain't got nobody to keep him in order. Ain't nobody to keep Manny and Lewis them in order. Like, it's just out of order. The
Right now,
highest
Manny
they
fighting for his life because ain't there like an artery in there in that spot where she hit? Can he bleed out? I don't have one.
Could bleed out. He could bleed out. He could.
I'm just at. I'm just at.
So now,
get cut off.
now that Manny is indisposed, it's left to Lewis. He's the only one to do anything.
And then you got Josiah though. Josiah is loyal, or is he? But Josiah, the one that showed them that Andrew was at the house, the one that took Marva to go get her to go to the people at the gate. That might be the only chance they have if he's really loyal. Other than that,
so I feel like it's about to be chaos the next guy, because they're gonna drag this out, and Daikon and the highest gonna be gone for a minute. If I know Tyler, they're gonna be gone for a minute. It's about to be drag. It's gonna be complete chaos on this compound.
Yep.
Yeah, he can get about 2 or 3 episodes out of a day. So a day on the compound.
You already know it.
Right.
You already know it.
Right.
Well, we'll be back next week. Next week is Christmas. That's not a good weekend. We'll come up with a time.
Oh, El Teddy. I'm sorry, I had to say something to the group. So a lot of people in group, this got to be like new people saying like, "Oh, I was kind of disappointed in the episodes. There was not a lot of action." And I'm telling people like, listen, I don't know what you expect. You know what I mean? I don't know what they mean by action. You know what I mean? These are people that are obviously binge watching the show, and when you binge watch a show, you really can't appreciate it like we all appreciate it. So you know what I mean? So I just think people who binge watch, they're looking for that exciting moment and not just appreciate
But I feel like there has been some good action. These first few episodes, but like you say, these are people that don't know about. Like, we have had some action. Like, it ain't been like it's been all filler episodes. No, these have been good episodes. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, Tyler been coming with it. These episodes,
even with the episodes that's not action packed, there are episodes with a lot of clues and hints and fillers. Like, okay, that's what happened. This is what it's about to happen. You know what I mean? So it's always some good information, I feel. And another thing I like about this series that we get long seasons. You know what I mean? Even though there's gaps in between, but you know how some TV series to give you like 10 episodes per season. We get like 20, 22. You know what I mean? So I really like that.
I don't feel like we've had a bad episode since we got back. These 4 episodes we came back, I feel like we've had like a bad episode. Like, you know, these have been good, a good 4 episodes. They've been really, really good. Like me personally, I can't complain. I have been very intrigued by the 4 episodes that I've seen.
Right.
So I will say that.
They've been ruthless. That's it.
Yep. Anything else, Jeff?
No, Andrew's sketchy. Like I said, wishy-washy. I'm gonna end on that. Etchy sketchy. I just wonder what's gonna happen. And I got faith in Malcolm. That's what's gonna happen. I got faith in Malcolm. He's gonna work out a plan. I got faith. Okay.
Listen, I'm with you, Jeff. I have faith that Malcolm is going to do something. I'm absolutely looking forward to whatever it is, something other than what Andrew has been showing us these last seasons. We're gonna get some more. I think we're gonna get some more of the couple, Aaron and Laura, also known as the interracial couple. We're gonna get some more info from them. And I am going to be talking to Alexander Cubis. I will give you guys the information later because we got to talk about this white guy. I like him. So anyway, we're gonna find out what more there is to come. Because right now I'm on the edge of my seat, like, okay, come on, episode 16, let's go. Give it to me, you know.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Like, this has been, because I've seen bad episodes. These have not been bad episodes.
Right.
These have been good episodes. So I don't know what they're expecting. Hell, it's better than a whole lot of episodes I've seen from the Have and Have Nots, and Have and Have Nots is seen as his flagship series that he's written for television. And these episodes have been better than most of the Have and Have Nots episodes, but he used to piss me off with Have and Have Nots a lot of times. Except for Veronica. I love Veronica. Anyway, she was so evil and she was good at it. She was good at it. I met her, Angela Robinson. I met her. She was so good. I met her at Family Homecoming. And we was at a tailgate. We had a good time getting drunk. But anyway, that's it. That's all we got. Thank y'all people in the chat. Thank you, Tika. Thank you, Jeff, for coming on. Y'all know we'll carve out a time to do the next episode. I'll figure out what dates and times work for y'all, and we'll figure out, even if it means that we got to for the holidays take off a little bit and then do maybe 2 episodes. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. But I have enjoyed it. Any last words, Tika?
Listen,
what you got going on? Let me ask that. What you got going on? Tell the people what you got going on.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I appreciate you for giving me the space to talk about my foundation. My foundation is called Ruthless Addicts Cares. Of course, it's based on the love that we have for the TV show Ruthless, but it is about helping one single mom at a time. We've had events where we've raised funds, bought toys, anything to help a single mom. So basically, the foundation, Ruthless Addicts Cares, is about helping one single mom at a time. That's pretty much what I got going on. Just trying to continue to flow, continue with helping single moms. Y'all, if whoever's listening, if you don't mind, heading over to Instagram to follow our Instagram page, Ruthless Addicts Cares, and a follow helps. You know, you don't have to like everything, but just follow along just to see what it is that we're doing to try, to help the single moms. And that's the most important thing right now.
All right. Jeff, what you got going on?
Oh, nothing Ruthless related. Early next year, I'm buying my first house.
Hey,
I'm excited about that.
Did you decide? Because we'll talk about it. Because did you decide on which? We'll talk about it offline. I don't know. I'm all like we on the phone and stuff. Okay.
Spill my tea on the line. People don't need to know all of that.
Right. Okay. Y'all know what I do around here, and look for me. I'll be getting out Real Housewives of Potomac review maybe tonight or in the morning sometime, however I feel. And the same old, same old. Oh, I did do a review on Call Me Now. I'm sorry, the Miss Call Me Miss Cleo, the documentary on Miss Cleo that's on HBO Max. That was interesting. That was very interesting. And I'm also going to be doing some other stuff. So, let's do what we do. Anyway, as I always say to my subscribers that came in, thank you all. Y'all know I always say I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Y'all could have been a whole lot of places, but you were here with us today. And we are so elated and so grateful for that. That's all we got for y'all. Until next time, people, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We are out of
Stay
here.
ruthless. Stay ruthless.